Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today is that day. Champions League phase draw. League phase. I mean, what the hell? But yeah, it's a different kind of draw this time, but we are back into the Champions League. Can't believe I'm saying this, but for the second time in 3 years, we are here today covering the Champions League draw with Newcastle United in the draw. We are guaranteed 8 different teams today, and we're here, of course, to talk all things Newcastle United, and here just to enjoy the occasion and to take it in because somehow wise it's been such a lot of negative background noise and such a nightmare, I guess, in terms of what Newcastle is trying to do. But for now, taking in this moment, you're talking 4 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon. We are here to get through your UEFA Champions League draw. So we're here on this live stream, of course, talk all things Newcastle United and to just actually cover this football club in the Champions League. So hello everyone, by the way. Is everyone doing okay? We're going to start reading some comments in the chat. Let me know where you're from, by the way. I would love to hear where people are watching the stream currently from. I would love to see where people are in the world at the minute. But, come on, hello Lucas, mate. You're right. Hello Adam. Hope you're good, mate. Hope you're well. Up the team indeed. Smash PSG again. I'm actually someone that wants new teams, to be honest. I actually don't want any of the teams we had last time. I've got no issues with any of the teams if we do get them again, but especially for my away games, I want to go to different places. I do not want Dortmund again. I do not want any Milan teams, and I do not want PSG again away. I don't mind them at home, but definitely not away. This is the one I want. I'm going to be real with you now, guys. That game there is exactly what I want. We are Madrid away. That's my dream draw tonight. I don't mind Bayern away, but Bayern and Madrid I want out of pot one. And just to get through the pot first, we're going to show you the actual league phase now. I know I'm blocking my own face off the screen here, but there you are. You guys can physically see the league draw. So I'm going to quickly remove that lad's comment there, and then we're going to actually have a proper look into it. But yeah, this is the league phase that we're in. So you get 2 from every single pot. You are obviously guaranteed 8 teams. People asking about the draw, by the way. So UEFA stated that it's 5 p.m. onwards, but UEFA, to be honest, if you remember correctly, a couple of years ago, when I mean the delayed time, I mean the delayed draw. Like, it take a long time to get through it. According to Sky Sports, it says that the draw's on from 5 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. So at some point during that 75-minute slot, you will find out all these teams here. And speaking of the teams, obviously you can't get English teams, so straight away take pot 1 out of it. You can only get Barca, Dortmund, Inter, Bayern, Madrid, or PSG. You've got 6 teams there and you're guaranteed 2 of them. So pot 1 straight away in terms of top teams. You are guaranteed 2 good teams straight away there. So when you actually look at them here, so you've got Real Madrid, Bayern straight away. That's my pot 1 dream scenario. I wouldn't mind Barcelona, but obviously we've had Barcelona before. Pot 2 quickly going into that. Again, Leverkusen in there. You could potentially get 2 Madrids. You could have both Madrid teams. Benfica did away before. That's nice. And pot 2 is actually quite sound, I think. I look at the pot 2 teams there. Pot 2 teams are good teams, or teams that are quite well recognisable, but teams that I wouldn't say are dangerous either. I think especially when you look towards pot 3 and pot 4, for any fans who are going to the games, have you seen the state of pot 4, by the way? Monaco's rough. Galatasaray is rough. You've got Paphos, which is in Kazakhstan. Oh, no, Paphos is I'm trying to think where Paphos is. The other one, the one below, that's the Kazakhstan team, isn't it? Pot 3 is a bit mental as well. Marseille is rough. Olympiacos is rough. Bordeaux Glimpse. It might as well be in Antarctica, that one. That one's so far away. Napoli is historically probably the worst team you can get. Ajax is rough. PSV is a bit rough. But yeah, pot 3 and pot 4 are mental, by the way, for the teams there. I'm going to quickly take my overlay back out so you can see me there. But yeah, we'll get through the teams properly shortly. For now, I just want to quickly show you the actual teams that we can get. So the draw's on TNT Sport at 5 p.m. Now, the draw is not going to start at 5 p.m. Just like yesterday, for example, you see the Manchester United game end in the Carabao Cup draw. They don't ever put the draw on straight away. they've got interviews to do the build up, and then the draw comes on. Obviously, it drags on basically for you guys to watch and for you guys to be engaged with UEFA. So it will take a lot longer, but we're here now, obviously talking to Newcastle United for the next hour, and then from 5 p.m. onwards, at some point within a 75-minute time frame. So realistically, it'll be probably 5:30. I reckon. I reckon it'll be around 5:30 when the actual draw takes place. So that's my personal opinion on that. But what teams do people want? By the way, I had a chance to show it before, but what teams would you guys actually want? I love the stream already. Thank you, Isaac. And by I mean, actually, we'll start off. Sorry, I'll change the question. What 4 away games do you want? So, what teams do you want to play away? We'll mention St James's Park afterwards, but for now, obviously, you guys have the chance of going on holiday this year. You guys have the chance to go and watch Champions League matches and just go somewhere and support Newcastle United in a different country. So, which ones would you want? I don't want Kazakhstan. I don't want Bodo Glimp, and I don't want. Was it Karabag? I can't remember which one it was. It was another team I didn't want. But there's about 3 or 4 teams I really don't want, and that's before you even mentioned the teams we had last time. I don't want the teams I had last time either. So someone's got Olympiacos. I stand by it. Madrid's the dream. I don't mind Atletico Madrid, by the way, but Real Madrid's the dream. Bernabeu is the dream. That's the one I really, really want. I wouldn't mind buying. Happy to buy. Barca. I'm trying to think about Barca actually. Are they actually in the Camp Nou yet? Because they're still getting the stadium done out, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure the new camp's actually been done out yet. But obviously, I don't want Milan, don't want Dortmund, and I don't want PSG. So yeah, you got to kind of get lucky out of pot one to get in the away game that you want. Hello, mate. You alright? Nice to see you, Jack. So you want, yeah, we can't get English teams, by the way. You can put Tottenham in all you want. We can't get Tottenham, man. Juve and Real Madrid, fair enough. Galatasaray, that'll be a good one though in terms of actually being able to obviously go to an away game. Who else we got here? So you want Napoli, Galatasaray, Juve, Barca. Wow. You picked some good ones there, haven't you? That's there's some tasty ones, aren't there? What's this? Who's our rep at the draw? Well, last time it was Darren Hughes and Lee Marshall, wasn't it? So it was the head of the media communication, and then it was Darren Hughes. But obviously, Darren Hughes is terminated. Well, unfortunately, so he's not there. It'll probably be Lee, and it'll be I'm not sure actually. Maybe Silverstone, maybe. I'm not actually sure who it could be. Maybe Jamie Rubin's there today. Maybe the PIF chairman's there today. You got to remember these people are currently in Newcastle, so they might have made the trip over Monaco. Maybe the PIF main guys there today. I'm not sure. I would have guessed it would have been Lee, and it would have been probably someone representing the Public Investment Fund. I feel like, especially with how this summer's been at Newcastle, like, you probably need a PIF representative to be there today to kind of almost show the fans that, like, hello, we are here doing our stuff for Newcastle. This is people on Madrid. Yeah, you have to say Madrid away, don't you? You have to say Madrid away. Oh my word! You just put Napoli, Marseille, Korat away. Do you want me to die or something? You picked probably 3 matches where I'm probably not going to come back home. To be honest, Napoli, Marseille, and Korat are crazy games, by the way, that go to away matches. Obviously Madrid is amazing. I don't think Napoli is as bad as he used to be. Napoli historically is a rough one. I like to hope Napoli's not as bad as he used to be. Marseille is still bad. Marseille is definitely not one you want. Korat will be crazy as well. Yeah. I feel like Napoli's not as bad as he used to be, though. Yes, the draw's 5, lads. We'll get through it all when the draw's on. I'm just talking for Newcastle at the minute. Yeah, Benfica's good, buddy. I did Benfica pre-season a few years ago. Like, it's a really nice stadium. You're far up, mine. So anyone that sits level 7, gotta get. Level 7 St James. You're talking up the Leisure stand. Benfica's up. You are up there. Yeah. Well, when I mean you boxed in, you got the thing. The Champions League games, you tend to have all the. You tend to have all the glass around you. You have all the the fences, and you just have everything blocking the fans off. So your pitch is just like terrible, really. So yeah, it's not great in that respect. But Benfica, you are high up the stadium. Yeah, no, it is, isn't it? Haven't got the Champions League brand in this one. It's still the women's Euros. You can see Lauren James there giving it the big one. I don't know why she's giving it the big one for. She did bugger all Euros, but should be Chloe Kelly on there, if you ask me. So people want Galatasaray. I've seen a lot of Galatasarays. I've seen a lot of people want Galatasaray. I've seen a lot of people put those ones on anyway. It says, hello Adam, hello Stu, hope you're alright mate, great channel and content as usual, much respect to you, thank you so much. Just asking people, by the way, where about in the world are you now? So where are you watching this video? Because I'm intrigued to see where people are currently awaiting the Champions League draw, where are the Newcastle fans at today? And just by the way, for anyone that's watching, make sure to get down there and smash that like button. We're currently on, if I can actually get it up, we'll I don't know how many likes were on that. I don't think one too many actually. If we can try and get it up a bit. But yes, where are people from in the world? So we've got Ashton. Yeah, there's some mental suggestions here. We've got Azerbaijan here. We've got Philadelphia, Hartlepool. We've got Ripon, North Yorkshire. The Bahamas. Someone's got Belgium. We've got Wales, Gosford, Bladen, Durham. South Shields, Papua New Guinea. Yes, certainly an interesting bunch here. Prudhoe, New Zealand. What the hell? Cape Town, the West End. Fair enough, yeah. Blythe, Oxford. I'm still wearing the Langer 14 shirt. Guess what shirt I've got on today, by the way? You can guess which one I've got on. I do have it on. I don't want to turn around out of shame, but it is that shirt. Singapore, nice. I love Singapore, by the way. The match day rave I was watching from Gateside. Good to hear, Alex. Good to hear. Gran Canaria, Adam P. lad from South Shields, though. Oh, fair enough. I hope you're enjoying Gran Canaria. Iraq. What we got here? Folkestone. From Wallsend, living in Durham. Fair enough. I'm a Wallsend lad myself. I love to see it. Yeah, we'll read through a few more of these. Got Concept Brazil, Birmingham. There's it's so weird looking through all these messages, by the way. It's such a big contrast from someone saying Wallsend, for example, to then someone saying Philadelphia or Singapore. Like it's quite a big contrast. Actually reading through all these comments now. Like it's just there's just some crazy ones here. But yeah, what channel? It's on TNT, by the way, if anyone's actually wanting to watch it. What we got here? Malaysia, Darlington, fair enough. Thumbs up for Antarctica. Someone tells me you're not in Antarctica. I don't know what the 5G's like there, but I'm pretty sure the 5G and the 4G probably doesn't work in Antarctica. That's just a prediction from me, though. But yeah, back on topic. Sorry, I've read through some of your comments there. But it's a big opportunity for Newcastle tonight to actually be able to just have some stability and be able to fully look ahead this season, because judging by how this summer has been, we just need some positive stuff going on, and it's just been such a I wouldn't say a bleak start of the week, because I actually think Newcastle's performances have been really good. I actually really have enjoyed the performances so far this season, but it's kind of almost like, well, you only got 1 point, and you kind of like, oh, we need something that kind of go Newcastle's way, and you just need something positive to kind of grab a hold of. And the Champions League draw, and I think it's big. And I think after this draw as well, I'm hoping for the Leeds game, for the players that we do have available. I'm hoping this draw kicks them on. I'm sure if you see a team like Real Madrid, for example, that's got to kick the players on. It's got to kick them on to really push out and just to properly get into our Premier League matches. Adam P's International, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, some of your comments are mental, by the way. I have never ever been on the sniff, by the way. That is just for some reason I always tend to get taught that. I promise you, I've never ever taken drugs in my life. What we got here? Thanks for saying my name. Is it these accounts again? I was getting all these accounts yesterday of people, these Alexander Isak. I'm not even joking. People on a Wednesday night just going and making Alexander Isak YouTube channels just to comment in the stream. People with the Isak profile pictures and the Isak names, like, what he is doing. Like, this is now a Thursday afternoon. You're talking 4:15 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon, and you got these people making the Isak accounts, like, what he is doing. What he is doing. It's on TNT, the actual live, by the way. How many cans Pepsi Max a day, mate? I do drink a few of them, to be fair. Normally, but I'll probably say about 4, to be honest. Try to work out my maths. So that's about just over a litre of Pepsi Max a day. I don't know. I feel like that's bad, but then again, the Pepsi Max is 0 sugar, so I don't know. Do you guys think 1 litre of Pepsi Max a day is bad? I don't feel like it is, to be honest, but maybe you guys might have a different opinion on that. Wish you're saying DCL now. Crazy stuff. DCL had a bit of a stinker at Sheffield Wednesday, by the way. He missed a bunch of chances and then missed his penalty, and Leeds went out to Sheffield Wednesday. If we got to a stage, by the way, everyone in the chat here, if we got to a stage where we actually have an emergency situation, so you are talking an emergency case where you actually need to sign a DCL-esque player, it'll be Jamie Vardy. I'm telling you now, after that transfer window's closed, you're talking Jamie Vardy. I think it is. So yeah, that's my personal opinion anyway. I think if you desperately need a player, we're gonna get him. Having a spicy, not a long lad. I do like Spy actually. I don't mind though. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of it, but yeah, it's alright actually. If you burn the calories, then he's fine. Well, Pepsi Max Zero sugar. I think you think a regular Pepsi, aren't you? And even then, I'm trying to think actually. I don't know how many calories a regular drink is. I think beer's quite high in calories, by the way. I know everyone likes the beer and everyone likes to talk about it, but in terms of calories, like beer's mental for calories. Like you put on quite a lot drinking alcohol. 4 day, mate. Your bone marrow is going to be after a transfer request. I don't feel like I'm that bad, you know. I don't feel like I'm that bad. Vardy would actually make me feel a bit better. The thing that's putting Newcastle off from signing Vardy is his wage. He was on 140 grand a week at Leicester City last year. Just to put that into context, Alexander Isak on less money now at Newcastle than Vardy was at Leicester City. So to be fair, you kind of have to agree with Isak's annoyance because, well, obviously, when you look at the other examples in the Premier League, you have to say Isak's on quite low money. But then again, he's obviously been offered more than 200 grand a week. It's not like we haven't offered him a new deal. We clearly have offered him multiple new deals and he's not interested. But that's the thing with Vardy. That's kind of putting us off. His wage is just mental. His wage is so high. But I'm sure, I think Vardy can look at himself. Surely a guy like, what's he now, 35, 36 years old? Surely he can look at himself and go, well, hang on. I am an old player now. I'm never going to get 140 grand anywhere. I feel like you can negotiate with him. I would like to imagine that he could anyway. I really feel like he could if you want to get him in. You love winding me up. Some of you love winding me up, by the way. I'm not having this. There wasn't really much in the Soloff rumours anyway. I didn't feel like anyway. I think with Soloff, it was a player that obviously wants to leave Madrid, but doesn't really seem to be a player Newcastle is awfully keen on. In my opinion, doesn't really seem to be like a player that we desperately want to get on here. What we got here? Hi Adam, how you doing? Sunderland fan, you have a cover all North East Footy on podcast. You should be looking at Pender, you think? What do you guys think about Pender anyway? I haven't heard too much about him, to be honest. I generally don't know much about Pender. At the minute, it's still just Larson and Whistler stuff, and Larson doesn't look good currently. Wolves are really strong and not selling him at all this summer, so that's kind of a thing you got there. Well, Vardy's 39 this year, by the way. I didn't even realise that. I thought he was around 36. Yeah, I completely misjudged his age. 39 is mental, by the way. But it's again, if you haven't really got a choice of this for it. It's just yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Like Vardy, to be fair, is obviously a good player. Like, he obviously was. He still scored 9 goals last season, even at 38 years old. So it's not like he's terrible. He's obviously a good football player. What we've got here. Hi, mate. Keep up the good work. Was wondering when do we find out the dates of the game when it's drawn tonight? You find out the dates fairly quickly. Actually, I think you find out the dates straight away. You know, I'm trying to remember how it worked last time. I'm fairly certain the dates come out tonight. You have to double check, but I believe they do because I remember in terms of hotels and booking flights. So I was booking them quite early. I feel like this does come out early. I don't know. Maybe it might take a day or two, but you do find that like very soon. I'm trying to remember last time actually. I feel like you did. I feel like we did get told straight away. Yeah. So someone said dates come out after the draw. Yeah, I thought so. There's a lot of Liverpool fans in the chat. To be honest, right, Liverpool's in the Champions League draw. I can understand they're probably here to try and dig into Newcastle a little bit, but they are also here because the Champions League draws on and they are in the Champions League. So it's not like it's a random team, for example. What's your top 5 players for Newcastle of all time? Well, I personally can't look past like 1990. Obviously, if I'm going behind 1990, like I've got not an awful lot of knowledge in Newcastle because I'm quite young. So I guess I'm going to judge it like 1990 onwards. Top 5 Newcastle players. You guys joined as well. Shearer's obviously up there. Shearer probably is number one, to be honest. Shearer's there. I think you got to put Beardsley in there. He's a bit tricky as well because a lot of his work was kind of before 1991. And he had that second run in the middle of 1990s. But again, you probably have to put Beardsley in there, I would say. So Shearer, Beardsley. I think you've got to put a current player in there. I don't know which one you would put in. Which current player would you put in? I think one of them has to go in. Would it be Bruno? Maybe Bruno. There has to be a current player in there. I'm not accepting for 1 second that there's not a Newcastle United player now that's in our top five since 1990. Is Bruno my favourite one though? I think Bruno might be there. Trippier might be in there as well, but Bruno. I'm going to go Shearer, Beardsley, Bruno. I kind of don't want to say it because he does my head in, but maybe Andy Cole. Andy Cole's up there. But then again, Andy Cole's not as bad as he's like as he. Obviously, I wasn't around in the Andy Cole days, but I feel like Andy Cole at the time went to Manchester United. You're talking a world record transfer fee. I think Newcastle's so involved in the player now, didn't they? I feel like Newcastle had more control in the sale, whereas East Sykes kind of less control. So maybe Andy Cole in there as well. I'm actually properly trying to think about this. Okay, Shearer, Beardsley, Bruno, they're three definitely. I feel like Cole and then maybe Trippier. I've seen a lot of random ones in the I've seen some interesting ones. Bastos. I mean, that is the most Newcastle player ever who's not playing for Newcastle. Scott Parker's a crazy claim. Genoa, Espria. Obviously, Espria got the hat-trick against Barcelona, but he still didn't score an awful amount of goals for Newcastle, did he? I'm trying to remember how many goals he actually scored. I don't think he got too many. Genoa wasn't at Newcastle long enough, in my opinion. I got a lot of Gaza, but he was before 1990. Yeah, fair enough. Shea Given's a good shout, actually. Yeah, Shea Given probably should be in there. I always liked Shea Given. I'm still kind of a bit bitter with the way things ended. Obviously, there was quite a lot of hatred from him towards Mike Ashley, but I still feel like he kind of did jump ship a little bit. But I've actually had a chance to hear from Shea directly, and to be fair, Shea does speak quite well about the situation. I feel like he kind of can't understand the player. Obviously, he's just been relegated. He's been at Newcastle. You're talking well over 10 years. I think towards the end of Shea Given's time, I'm still kind of bitter towards the way he left. He really could have retired at Newcastle, basically, is what I'm saying there. Genoa, Keegan was definitely before 1990. You got Corricini, Ben Arthur. I wouldn't put Ben Arthur in, to be honest. Ben Arthur's peak was insane, but he wasn't quite there. I don't know if he was like depressed or what, but he had like 1 or 2 good years, like really good years at Newcastle. And then I remember I used to go like Chicken Cottage. Like fair enough, it's me and you doing it, by the way, but like you got like a football player at Newcastle who's earning 5 digits a week. He's like just going to takeaways and just having like Chicken Cottage. Like you can't do that, by the way. You're contracted to eat quite good food. I don't know what was with him really, but he kind of just lost it a little bit, didn't he? I don't know if it was attitude. I don't know if he was just depressed, but he kind of just properly lost it after a couple of years. Sis is a fair enough shout. I still stand by Sis is a lot better than people give him credit for. Obviously, you can speak about the easy part. He's 13 goals in his first 12 games in that half his season, but pretty sure he got double digits in 3 out of 4 years at Newcastle. That's including all competitions, by the way. The season after, I didn't score many in the Premier League, but was quite an instrumental part of our European push. He's got a good amount of goals there. He then had a bit of an off season, and then 14-15, he scored about 12 goals again. Like I still think Patrick Cisse is a lot better than people give him credit for. I'm not going to pretend he's one of the best ever strikers at Newcastle because I don't think he is, but I do think he's better than people give him credit for. I definitely don't think he was a 1-season wonder or anything like that. He's definitely not like a Michu, for example, with Swansea. Cisse's definitely had multiple good years at Newcastle, just not quite as good as the 11-12 one. Thank you very much, mate. Most underrated, Diarmi. Ooh, when you say Diarmi's most underrated player, I do think Diarmi's underrated. I think him and Shelby had that real connection together for like a good few months where Diarmi was actually class. If I remember correctly, he had a fight with Lascelles, didn't he? He had like a fight in the training ground with Lascelles, and that just properly kicked him on. I don't know how that did, but yeah, it just scrapping with Jamal Lascelles. He just turned Diarmi into an absolute animal. Rob Lee's up there, yeah, fair enough. What we got here? Shearer, Beardsley, Genoa, Hibbett, and Waddle. Yeah, again, I did it from 1990 onwards just because I don't really know much about Waddle and Hibbett, for example. Michael on. Who's putting Michael on in the chat? Oh, Michael Owen can do one. Perez. Perez is an interesting one. Perez, I'm still surprised actually how good Perez is. I was kind of expecting when he left Newcastle, it was all right at Leicester, but wasn't probably as good as he was at Newcastle, and then eventually moved off to Spain. And the resurgence that him and Josu had, by the way, both of them in the Spanish national team's crazy. I mean, fair play to Perez and fair play to Josu because both of them had a crazy career resurgence. Matt Ritchie, fair enough. Owen as a dog, fair enough. Dan Burn, there's a lot of people putting Dan Burn. What's this saying? Almost underrated player. I definitely don't think Dan Burn's underrated, by the way. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people rate Dan Burn. Ryan Taylor, yeah, I probably would say yes, actually. I would say he's underrated. Demo Ball is an exciting player. Demo Ball is so good, yeah. Underrated, Gouffran. Gouffran kind of was underrated. I still don't think he was anything special. I thought he was all right. He had a good little spell in the Championship. He had a couple of okay spells in the Premier League, but I never felt he was anything special. Really. I felt like he was just an okay player. Maybe underrated. I don't think he's that good though. I honestly didn't think he was. I don't think Remy's underrated, by the way. He was amazing for Newcastle. He was not underrated. What's he got here? Obviously, DC, thank you so much for this super chat. Matt Hodson, hope you're well, mate. Appreciate the support. Enjoy the Champions League draw tonight. Wish you all the best. Hopefully, we'll get some good teams that you want us to play. Appreciate the super chat, by the way, DC. What we got here? Underrated Jermaine Genius. Wow, that's going to upset the chat, by the way. Saying nice things about Jermaine Genius. Sissoko underrated. Sissoko, to be honest, I've got quite a bitter taste towards Sissoko. Since he's left Newcastle, he's still been quite good. For example, I remember Watford, I think, won against Sunderland, and he's proper rubbing it in, like as if he's like a Newcastle legend, proper rubbing it into Sunderland. I do like from that respect. That 15-16 season's killed Sissoko for me, though. I couldn't stand him in that 2015-16 season. I felt like he was lazy. I felt like he was crap. And I wouldn't say he's the reason he went down because there were a lot more reasons that were problems as well. But I tell you what, I wasn't a fan of Sissoko in that relegation season. I really wasn't. Shelby, you think underrated? I think Shelby could have achieved a lot more. Andy Carroll, I wouldn't say he's underrated. Pochettino, fair enough. Yeah, Pochettino, I probably would say yes. Sholan Yobi, I wouldn't say Shaw is underrated. I think he's overrated, to be honest. He's not a terrible striker, but yeah, I don't think he was as good as people made him out to be, though. As Kieran Dyer was great. Shimmer instant with Bayer kind of ruined the perception of the club. Again, I've got no memories of Dyer, to be honest. I couldn't agree or disagree with that, to be honest. So unfortunately, I'm a bit oblivious to that one. But yeah, just on topic, by the way, for anyone that's new around here, make sure I get down there and hit that subscribe button, by the way, because of course we are going to every single Champions League game. And make sure to also smash that like button. I'm going to quickly check how many likes we're currently on, actually. You can tell I'm a bit all over the place, these live streams. It's not often I ever stream, by the way. So the fact I'm streaming 2 days in a row, it's like weird. It's just not what I normally do. So yeah, we're currently on 143 likes, by the way. We can try and push that a bit. But back on topic here. So what's this? Your underrated players, David Batty. I've got no idea about David Batty, by the way. I generally don't have a clue if Batty was any good at Newcastle. Thank you so much anyway, Choose, for the 20 NOK. I'm trying to don't tell me, chat. I'm gonna try and figure out. I'm gonna try and guess what currency that is. NOK. Oh, I actually don't know. I would have guessed maybe Norwegian. I've got no idea. I'm gonna type this in. NOK currency. What currency is that? I would have guessed Norwegian. Did I get that right? Oh yeah, I did. Norwegian krone. Like, I'm good, you know. That was an honest guess as well. Right, one second. I'm going back down to the comments, by the way. There's so many comments in the chat here. Bear with me, guys. A lot of you are going crazy with the player comments here. Still going. I think Gale's underrated. Gutierrez. Boom Song's not underrated, by the way. Kennedy, I wouldn't say so either. Not Cisco. I swear to bloody God, not Cisco. Callum Wilson. I wouldn't say Callum Wilson's underrated. I feel like he was heavily rated at Newcastle, but then obviously kind of lost it a little bit towards the back end of his career. Shaw, I don't think Shaw's underrated. Rondon, I wouldn't say Rondon was underrated. I feel like everyone loved Rondon at the time. And Nita, fair enough. I think Nita is. I wouldn't say David Beckham's underrated. What's this here? Nile Ranger again. And I try my best to read the chat, by the way. There's a lot easier, so bear with me. We'll ask a different question, by the way, because you guys just do go mental with the player comments here. Okay, I'm going to ask a question now, right? It can be any time during history, by the way. It doesn't have to be now. Any time during Newcastle United's history. Give me one, I guess, one realistic signing that you wish Newcastle United had. So, for example, I'll give you one now. In 1996, Newcastle United turned down Zinedine Zidane. We actually said to Zidane, "You're not good enough to play for Newcastle United. We don't want to sign you." So that is a player we actually could have had at this football club, but we said no to. So that is a realistic one to give, for example. So for anyone now, what player who's never played for Newcastle United would you wish was at Newcastle United, either now or at some point during history? That is actually realistic. Not Messi or Ronaldo, by the way. I get an actual realistic signing. Like, for example, yeah, I wish we got CR7 on loan in 2023. Like, I still don't think that's realistic. We got quite a few of them. Rooney was realistic because we actually wanted Rooney after he left Everton, didn't he? Modric was definitely one as well. Modric, we wanted him around 2008 before he went to Tottenham. That one's true. Bourne was definitely true. Bourne actually was house searching in Newcastle, and we didn't pay £40 million. He went to West Ham. That one's legitimate. What else we got? Del Piero. Have we ever been linked to Del Piero? I feel like we probably haven't, but then again, obviously I'm quite young, so I don't know. I don't know what actually happened. I've seen a few TTAs in the chat. Fair enough. Yeah, I had 2 chances to get him, didn't get him either time. It was one of them ones where it just was never meant to be, was it? What we got here? Gareth Bale. Was Gareth Bale ever linked to Newcastle? Maybe. Was he linked after he moved from Southampton? I don't know. I feel like Gareth Bale hasn't been linked to Newcastle. Maybe I'm wrong in that though. Tony. Well, we did have Tony, to be fair. I know obviously you're kind of saying we wish you had Tony again, but we did actually have him, to be fair. I think Zidane's the obvious answer. We actually would have won the title with Shearer and Zidane. Bear in mind, Shearer world record breaking transfer at the time. If you had Zidane and Shearer on the same transfer window, it is over for everyone. That would have been, you would have won the league that year, 100%. Probably we should have won it anyway, even with yeah, that's not happening, Charlie, by the way. You should have won it anyway, even without that. João Pedro from Watford. That was a weird link, that one, because Fabrizio Romano said that João Pedro from Watford's a done deal, and it just never was a done deal. But yeah, for some reason, Fabrizio Romano completely got that one wrong, like badly wrong. Like that was a done deal, and he gaslighted a player in his eyes. It just never happened. But again, that is a real one that did happen at some point. Paul Gallen. He would have been a player, by the way. He would have been a good player for us. Sahar. Are you trying to say Lewis Sahar? I don't know what Sahar you're trying to say there. Have you ever been linked to Figo? I don't know if I've ever been linked to Figo. I feel like Nevled's. If I remember correctly, I think Nevled was a real link, wasn't it? I try to remember. I feel like Paulo Nevled was linked to Newcastle once. Oh no, that actually should have been a thing, by the way. He actually should have had both of them. That's if I had any regret in Newcastle ever in terms of ownership, anything like that, that one in '96 would have been a regret. That one would have hurt a lot. Pierre Schmeichel, we ever linked to Schmeichel? Again, I don't actually know. We were linked to Rafinha. I remember we were linked to Rafinha at some point again. I don't think he ever wanted to go to Newcastle, him though. It was never really a case that you could actually try and get him. It was just one where Newcastle had a link there, but it just never quite happened. But yeah, I've answered a few of the questions there. A lot of you guys are putting a lot of them in, so we'll swiftly move on. So I'm going to quickly get some more Pepsi Max, by the way, because I need a drink. But I'm going to ask the next question before I go. So I'm going to ask a question now. I'm trying to actually think. I asked the one yesterday in the chat of people's biggest regrets in the table, but I feel like I'm not going to ask that one again. I'm going to ask a different one. So I'm going to go. What Newcastle United player who left, let's say either left the football club or just a player who throughout history Newcastle underachieved. Let's say we've had a player at Newcastle who's underachieved and didn't quite do what we want them to do. Which player do you have the biggest remorse towards, or what player do you wish done better at Newcastle? Okay, there we go. What football player at Newcastle do you wish actually had a better career at Newcastle? Which one do you think? Which player would you go for that? I'm going to quickly get some more Pepsi Max. Give us a sec, but that's the question. I'll be back in just a moment. Right, just put the Pepsi Max down, guys. The cat's over there, by the way. You can see her. I'll quickly move the chair for you. Yeah, I've got two of them, by the way, so this is what I did here. Right. No, no bite. Yeah, sometimes when you stroke her towards her back, she'll try and bite you. So yeah, I'll make sure I do that. But yeah, to answer the question, sorry. Okay, so let's see what people have actually put in here. So the question I asked, by the way, if anyone's just came, I've asked the chat if you had a chance now of any player throughout Newcastle United's history, who do you wish achieved more at the club? Okay, I've seen Callum Wilson, Shearer. Wow. I mean, I definitely don't think Shearer should have achieved more at Newcastle because he's got an immense amount of goals. But I kind of also agree with the answer as well because obviously, I think what you mean by that, you wish Shearer won trophies, didn't you? I feel like when you look at Shearer that way, he's kind of too good not to win trophies. So I kind of would actually agree with that answer, even though Shearer obviously didn't underachieve at the club. Maxi, Shelby, Ben Arthur, Woodman. Maximin, definitely. I'm going to be honest, St. Maximin's up there for me. If I had to ask that question to anyone, I feel like St. Maximin's an obvious answer. He is a massive underachiever. I really think he is. And I generally think St. Maximin, you're talking, your players like a Bruno now, you're talking a player like a Trippier now, a player like, I don't want to say him, but a player like an Eastside. You're talking the big A-listers at Newcastle. Maximin should be an A-lister. He's one of them players. He's been through Newcastle with the crap times, was a bright spark amongst the turds and just all the crap, really. And he is a massive underachiever. I think his career is. He's then moved on to the Saudi League, went on loan to the Turkish League. He's now in the Mexican League, and he's only 28 years old. It's not he's in his 30s now. He's still fairly young. So yeah, I think St. Maximin's an underachiever. I definitely think he is. Shelby, I wouldn't say Shelby's an underachiever. I think Shelby obviously joined Newcastle towards the back end of his career. I felt like it was all right. Obviously, done a good job for Newcastle, but I also wouldn't say he underachieved. Ben Arthur, yes, 100%. He's definitely up there as well, Ben Arthur, by the way. Andy Carroll, I would say, is an underachiever. Yes, I think he definitely could have done more. Tovan, 100%, yes. Sammy Adiobi, yes, but I didn't think he was that good anyway, because it wasn't like he could have done more. I think deep down he just isn't a great player. It's not like Amayobi's moved on and had an amazing career or done something else. I just think Amayobi just isn't that good. Even when he's at Newcastle, he wasn't terrible, but he wasn't really good. Wood should have done more at Newcastle, yeah, 100%. I just don't feel like Chris Wood fitted Newcastle United style. I don't know how to describe it. I just think that Newcastle's technical player, Chris Wood's quite a bagsman. I think he's someone that's loves a lot of crosses coming. He likes quite an aggressive style of player. Newcastle's always a team that plays the ball around in the ground. Chris Wood can't really do that. Chris Wood's someone that likes getting the end of balls. He's someone that likes crosses coming in for him. I just think technically he's not a good player, but he's an amazing striker because he scores a lot of goals and he just knows how to be a good aerial threat and just get in the right space at the right time. But technically, I actually don't think Chris Wood's a great player. I just think he's a really good striker, if that makes any sense. Isaac Hayden. Ooh, I wouldn't say Isaac Hayden's an underachiever. I think the injury against Brighton's really damaged him. I think it's harsh to call him an underachiever because I actually felt like at Newcastle he was really good. I felt like he'd done a lot at Newcastle, and I kind of wish he was here anyhow now. He had a couple of too bad injuries, and it's probably knocked his career really. It's a shame, but it kind of is what it is. Hope you get Olympiacos away and beat them. I hate them. Fair enough. Well, I wouldn't mind Olympiacos away. I wouldn't mind going to Greece, but I'd be sweating a little bit. They're crazy. There are some crazy teams in the Champions League. They are one of them. I feel like we're getting 8 guaranteed teams as well. You're going to get some rough teams. There's no way for 1 second we aren't getting nice teams. There are going to be some dodgy teams amongst them. What the cats' names are? They're called Millie and Lola. So that one down there is called Millie, and then I've got one upstairs called Lola. They're quite nice. What's this? Is that actually Rob, by the way, or is that like someone pretending to be Rob? But Adam, do you remember that time you did a live stream with somebody in the window? Is that why you closed the curtains? What the funniest stream? There was nobody in the window, by the way. This, for some reason, people have like an ongoing joke where like somebody like stands at that window and looks at me. That's never happened, by the way. That's never been a thing. I feel like that's not Rob, by the way. I feel like that's just someone random, but yeah, that's definitely never happened, by the way. People just like to bang on about that. My youngster. Was he underachiever at Newcastle? Yeah, I kind of feel like he was, actually. I think especially after his debut against Manchester. I mean, you're talking best player on the pitch. Scored the match winner alongside his brother at 19 years old. Yeah, I think he is an underachiever, actually. I think so. I think he should have done more at Newcastle. But then again, it's kind of just a lot of bad times, wasn't it? What we got here? A lot of Joe Willicks in the chat. Shea Given. Wow, that's an interesting one. Do people think Shea Given underachieved at Newcastle? I don't know what else he could have done with. He's the goalkeeper. Like, there's only so much you can do when your defence is crap. There's only so much you can do once Shea retired. And you got that Arsenal Michael Owen up front. Did he underachieve him? I don't think he did. I'm pretty sure he's still our best ever goalkeeper. I feel like Shea Given's the harsh one. I personally wouldn't agree with that. What we've got here? I've got a lot of axes. Yeah, maybe, to be fair, but obviously I don't really want to talk about Axu in that way. Okay, I'm trying to get down the comments, by the way. There are so many comments in the chat. Oh my word. What is going on here? I'm trying my best to get through all the comments here. There are so many of you guys here. Just let me know, by the way, if anyone's actually new around here, make sure to get down there and hit that subscribe. We've got over 1,000 in the chat. TNT's not even on yet, by the way. We're just asking you guys questions at the minute, and we've already got 1,000 in the chat. It's crazy, but the actual TNT comes on about 20 minutes, and then 5 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. That's when the entire thing is on. So you'd probably assume, on an estimate, you'd probably assume around 5:30 is when the draw is going to be. Again, timings will be subject to change, but I reckon around 5:30 will be the actual draw. If I had to tell you now. Right, okay, I'm going to ask a new question, by the way, because you guys are putting so many comments in it. It's quite hard to keep up with them. Okay, next question. I'm trying to think. Oh. Right, okay. I'm going to ask a scenario, actually. Sorry, I'm trying to think of a question. I'm trying to think of something in my head, and I'm probably effing it up. I'm trying to think of a good question to ask. Okay, yeah, can you guys think of questions, by the way? I'm properly puzzled. I had a good question in my head and I've lost it. It's like doing me head in now. Oh, dear. Yeah, but actually, you guys got some questions for me as well. You ever had a bad fan experience? I wouldn't really say so, to be honest. I think sometimes, for example, if you're at an away game, you always have a group of lads that are drinking. Like, you're always going to have someone, if they're drinking or on drugs, you're always going to have someone that's kind of going to be a bit weird. My worst fan experience, I'm trying to think the worst one I've had, actually. I haven't had any terrible ones. I haven't had like any. I haven't had any ones deep down where I've needed to kind of do anything about it legally. I've never had anything where I like needed to contact the police, for example. I've never really been in a case like that. The worst one I had, maybe the kegging down at Wembley, because obviously I did basically I had a live on with Sky News, so I got asked from Sky News ahead of the cup final to kind of pop in and be able to obviously do a live, and someone kegged me, but it was before the live was on, so we were rehearsing questions, and someone kegged us before we were doing the live. So I kind of got lucky with that one. That one wasn't really bad because, for example, like I wasn't actually on Sky News, so it wasn't like it happened during the live air, and it was basically the rehearsal before the air. And someone's claiming I've never been glassed, by the way. So someone threw it. It was a can of Heinz beans, believe it or not. Someone just a full can as well. So someone's been to the corner shop, bought a literal can of Heinz beans and he just lobbed it at my back. Like I don't know why he would do that. It's like an actual full can of Heinz beans. It wasn't like he's opened it and he's threw the beans. Like, the entire bloody can was thrown at us. So yeah, that was a good one. Obviously, yeah, the metal one was a bit weird. That wasn't really a fan experience, though. It's kind of just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, obviously that wasn't ideal, but again, I wouldn't really say that's YouTube related. I feel like that would have happened without YouTube being involved with it. What the hell is this? Oh, really? So someone's been next to you at the match and done that to themselves. Oh dear. Hello, Joe. Hope you're right. Hello, everyone in the stream, by the way. Also, they've got a lot of questions here. Most intimidating away game experience, or most intimidating one. I wouldn't say it was intimidating, but Sheffield Wednesday was rough in the FA Cup. I remember that one was rough. It was rough anyway because all the fans in Newcastle point of view were complaining about the away and they didn't like Hillsborough, didn't like the stadium layout. Felt like it was dangerous. The match itself was a bit rough in the Newcastle point of view, and they were properly giving it to Newcastle when they scored the 2 goals. I remember there was like supporters basically spitting at each other. So it was like a corner of the away end next to the corner of the home end. Like the fans were spitting at each other, throwing stuff at each other, and they were proper arseholes after the game. I remember Sheffield Wednesday, especially proper arseholes after the game. I think Everton once. I think when a Warby scored to make it 1-0. You remember the stupid Just Oil guy? It's like he was literally tied his neck or whatever it was to the goalpost. Yeah, and we lost the game in the 97th minute because of Alex Iwobi. Because of that, because of the Just Oil guy. I remember Everton fans used to wait like down a long path. So it was basically from Goodison Park, the old Goodison Park, to Anfield. It's like a long road. So the away fans would walk up the long road to get to the coaches and the cars. And Everton fans used to kind of line up along the road. And what they would do along the road, they would kind of wait for Newcastle fans, and they would just go for someone. It's like Everton's rough when you lose. The new stadium should be a lot better for that now, but when you lose at Everton at Goodison Park, it is rough after the game. Like that is generally a rough one. What we got here? No, I wouldn't really say that's rough. Well, because some Sunderland fan threw a bottle of water. I wouldn't really say it's a bad fan experience. Again, I was just a Sunderland fan anyway. Like I could really care less. What's your thoughts of Birmingham away? It's a bit argy-bargy after the game. I personally, I never seen the argy-bargy, by the way. So basically after the game, so you got the away fans and the home fans, and it's like the police kind of cordon in the middle. I remember just walking past the police and just going through the home fans. Like I generally with my Newcastle top on, just walked through all the home fans. I was fine. So the car I was in was kind of parked a little bit further up, so I was in the opposite direction to where the away fans went. It was sound for me. I literally walked through all the home fans in my top one. It was fine. But I have heard that Birmingham was rough. I'd never seen that though. I don't know if I just missed it. I don't know if I was in the wrong place or what. But yeah, Birmingham was generally sound when I was there. That was generally sound for me. What's it got here? Well, it'd be your all-time Newcastle five-a-side team. It would be probably Shea Given, maybe Burn Shearer, Genoa, and put Beardsley or someone like that in there. Maybe someone like that. Well, one sec, get through the comments here. So the other teams you want. I don't want PSG again. I've seen loads of people, by the way, actually want PSG again. To be honest, why? We've already had PSG in the Champions League. We beat the PSG away and we beat the PSG at home. Like, I'm always someone that wants different teams. And there's some exceptions, by the way. Obviously, Barcelona, for example, we haven't played Barcelona in 20 years. So, like, although that's not a new team for Newcastle, it still is a new team because we haven't had them in 20 years. I don't know why so many people want PSG though. I really don't want PSG. I don't want PSG. I don't want either Milan. I don't want Inter. I don't want AC. Not in it. I don't want Inter. I mean, I don't want Inter, and I don't want Dortmund. I just don't want those teams. Goals that give you the most goosebumps when you watch it. Well, it's a bit past tense now, but Isak Liverpool is the goal for that, by the way. But I no longer have that feeling. But I would have said Isak versus Liverpool if I had that question a few months ago. That's sour though. My opinion, just everything about that, it's all changed now. It's just no longer that way anymore. I would have said Isak versus Liverpool for that question. Teo is definitely up there. Yes, 100%. That one's up there. I feel like Shearer versus Everton's up there. The volley's mint. Shearer versus Portsmouth as well when he scored his 201st goal. You had a commentary in the background. That's a big one. Might sound a bit of an obscure one now, but I think St. Maximin against Oxford when he kind of cut inside and banged it in the 118th minute. They were the pits. They were the absolute pits to be a Newcastle United fan. So like that was a real bright spark for us, even though it was a last minute winner against a League One side. But that generally was like a big one for Newcastle. Dan Burn Cup final, yeah, that is a goosebumps more. I still think Isak's goal is the real goosebumps where you can actually physically see the entire way and just go mental. But yeah, it's just I don't want to talk about that one. I don't want to talk about it. Sharp PSG, yeah, 100% that's up there. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Jonas final goal, yes, definitely as well. That one's 100% up there. You guys picked some good ones here. These are picking some good ones. I'll remember these ones quite well. But just let you know, by the way, it's 10 minutes left of this. There's just cricket on the air. There's someone on TNT, and then the UEFA stuff starts. It's not going to start at 5 p.m. I reckon 5:30. The actual draw will be on, but yeah, it's starting in around 10 minutes though. The actual UEFA Champions League thing itself. So bear with me on that. I'm just going to double check how many likes one. Sorry, we're getting up there now. I think we're currently on 262. If anyone hasn't done so already, you can smash our like button. Oh wow, what a question that is, by the way. Oh my word, that's a horrible question. how could you pick one of them three? I don't want to be that guy, but Eddie Howe, you got to say Eddie Howe. He's the one that's won something. Kevin Keegan didn't do it. Bobby Robson didn't do it. Eddie Howe did do it. I think you've got to say it. Oh, that's horrible though. That's a horrible question. I feel really bad saying that, but you've got to say Eddie Howe. You really got to say Eddie Howe, in my opinion. If Sandro and Bruno got into a scrap, who would you want to win? Ben Dalglish, hello mate, hope you're well. Has to be Bruno. Tonali's true. I like how true Tonali is, but Bruno, he's the captain. He's the capitano. If the captain's not winning the fight, then what does that say about the captain? I feel like if you have a scrap like that, the captain's got to come out on top. It has to be number one, Bruno. He has to beat everyone in the fight. Beat Lascelles, beat Joe Linton, beat a lot of them, beat them all. I'm trying to think actually in terms of a question, right? Actually, I'm going to ask you guys now. Who do you think is Newcastle United's three hardest players? I mean hardest in terms of who throws the hardest punches, not in terms of your definition of hardest. I mean, which players do you think are the best in the scrap? I probably didn't ask the right question there, did I? I mean, which players are the best in the scrap? Not the other thing you're probably thinking of. Yeah, I definitely didn't ask the right question there, did I? Best goal you've seen live? Probably the Wembley goals. Burn. If people think Burns one of the hardest, I don't think Dan Burns one of the hardest one. With all due respect to him, he's got four fingers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how is he going to be able to really connect with a punch when he hasn't got one of his fingers there? Joe Linton the Styles are definitely two of them, I think. Someone said Gordon. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Gordon has to be the softest player in the team. He's definitely not the hardest. I generally think me and Gordon, I think I'd take Gordon. Hello, Adam, mate. Hello, Isaac, mate. You right? We've got here. He's from Blythe, kidder. Yeah, you're true in that, to be fair. Blythe, Burns from Blythe here. But I'm from Wall's End, though. That doesn't mean I'm hard, is it? Like, I still don't think that defines who's hard and who's not. I'm trying to think, actually. I'm trying to think of all players who could actually be on there. Well, Lascelles and Jordan are definitely two of them. There's no way those two are not on there. I'm trying to think of the other players. I think like Malik Chow's probably would be a tough lad to fight. He's obviously big. He's not going to mess around. I don't know much about him. I feel like Malik Chow's up there. In terms of other players, it's not. To be fair, actually, I can't think of anyone over Dan Burns. You guys might be right, actually. Depends where I'm pushing further. I'm from Blythe now, and Weakness and proper weirdos around here. There's some weirdos everywhere, to be honest, in the North East. It just always is that way. Thank you, Dan Berry, for the new subscription. What's this? In far from my experience as hard as out hard, so I would tell you Will Australia. I feel like Manic Chow's up there, you know. I feel like Chow, Lascelles and Jordan. I think they're the hard. I actually think Lascelles is number one, by the way. People talk about Jordan. I'm telling you now, Jamal Lascelles. Did you see that fight he was in last year when he was in the when he actually got threatened outside the nightclub? Oh my god, Lascelles is huge and he's quick as well. I tell you what, Lascelles is no joke. I would not want to peeve off Lascelles. I actually think Lascelles is hard on Jordan. Was this Jesus Christ? Actually, who do you think's the softest? Who do you think's the softest as well? Um, mm, I'm trying to think who would be the easiest player to beat in a fight. Who would you? If you had any player now to take on the fight, who would it be? I'm not just saying this because I'm living at the guy currently, by the way. But I reckon Isak's up there. You know, I think Isak is definitely one of the players that I feel like you could take in a fight. He kind of comes across as that sort of player. He kind of wants to stay out of that sort of thing. I feel like Isak actually is up there in terms of the softest. Someone's saying Lewis May. I mean, to be fair, Miley and Osula, I mean, they are literal children, to be fair. Well, not children anymore, but they might as well be children. Like, I still feel like saying Miley and Osula is a bit harsh, like in like 18, 19 years old. I actually think he's stacked up there, by you, in terms of senior players that he could take on the fight. Pope. A lot of Popes in the chat. What's this? I got Murphy, yeah, Murphy be smack. That's your battle. Probably, yeah. Probably. Hall, again, Hall's quite young. I kind of don't want to mention 19 and 20-year olds players in terms of ones he could beat up. I'm trying to think of more senior players. I think Gordon's definitely one of the more senior players you would take, I reckon. I think Gordon's definitely up there. I think Trippier you probably could take as well, maybe. I don't know how, by your UEFA Champions League live stream we're mentioning what players you could fight. I think Chips is up there. I think Gordon's up there. I think Isak's up there. I think you could take him. Maybe Tonali. I don't think Tonali would be the hardest, but then again, I think Tonali still probably is better than a lot of them. We've got Shearer. Yeah, Shearer doesn't mess around, by the way. Yeah, remember that time when Roy Keane threw the ball off him? Shearer, to be fair, Shearer stood his ground. You know, I think Shearer would have took Roy Keane that day. I actually think he would have. I think Shearer would have done Roy Keane in. But obviously Duncan Ferguson, he's the hardest ever. If you want to fight with Duncan Ferguson, you might as well just bend down and just go, "I'm sorry, Duncan." No one is taking Duncan Ferguson. I'm not 5'4", by the way. I am absolutely not 5'4". What we got here? Tonali's a beast. I think Tonali probably is top half, but I still don't think he's probably the best. You think? No, I think Duncan Ferguson's crazy. You know, some people are saying that he's not hard. I think he definitely would have. I think he definitely would have beat a few people up. Yeah, he was literally kicking doors down when Rude Huddle was putting Shearer on the bench. The guy's literally going to the training ground and put his foot through the door. Like Duncan Ferguson doesn't mess around, you know. He's a bit mental. But one sec, we'll just double check on all this stuff. Yeah. So your UEFA things coming on the next 2 minutes, by the way, and then we'll finally get through the draw shortly. What we got here? I'm trying to read through all the comments here. Okay, but I'll ask some more questions. We'll probably walk away from asking the chat which Newcastle player would you want to scrap. We'll try and ask them some more productive questions. But we'll ask. We're going to ask an interesting question here, right? He has a question for you. Sunderland goes down this season, but they actually beat Newcastle at the Stadium of Shite, or Sunderland stays in the Premier League. Actually, you know what? I'm changing the question a little bit. So you have the choice now, right? Sunderland goes down this season, but they beat Newcastle at the Stadium of Shite, or Sunderland actually finishes in the Conference League. So that says Sunderland somehow finishes in the Europa Conference League, but Newcastle does 6 points over him. Which one would you rather have? Sunderland back in European football, but Newcastle gets 6 points, or Sunderland relegated, but they actually beat Newcastle at the Stadium of Shite? Which one would you want? I'm trying to think. That's an interesting one. What would you guys want? You rather have the points against Sunderland, or would you rather them go down, but they actually have bragging rights over us? But we'll see what people say. I've got a feeling that's a harder question. You might, yeah, I can see straight away the chat's mixed. I knew it'd be mixed here. Second option. So this guy Waller has the. I think the second option was 6 points, but Sunday gets European football. 6 points, 6 points, get beat. 6 points. Change it to Sunday doing a double, and it's hard. All right. Okay. What we got? Yeah, I feel like that one's an interesting one. It's on TNT, by the way. The actual draw's on TNT here. I've got it on the screen now. It's only just came on. I reckon around 5:30 they'll start to bring the balls out. I've got it on the screen here. I'll show you. The currently, by the way, they've got all the ladies on stage and they're singing the UEFA song. That's what they're doing at the minute, just to let people on. So we are nearly at that stage where we will find out which 8 teams Newcastle United will play in the Champions League. 8 teams. I can't believe I'm saying it. Eight different teams we're going to get. So just before we get into the draw, which is about to come on shortly, make sure you guys get down there and smash the like button, subscribe if you are brand new, and of course, if you'd like to make a donation, you can do so down below in the super chat, but of course that is optional. And going back to the topic, so they're just showing the iconic UEFA moments at the minute. The song's being played in the background. I'm gonna get the teams up one more time here before we get into it. So this are all the teams out in the pot. Apologies, I can't move it to the side. You can tell I'm a bit of an amateur on the live streams, but these are all the teams in the Champions League. Newcastle is getting 8 of them, 2 from each pot, 1 home, 1 away. 8 different teams, and you don't get them home and away. So straight away, there's the pots there. Which ones do you want? I'll go through pot by pot. So pot 1, I want Real Madrid away, and I want Bayern Munich at home. So they're the ones I've got. If anyone, by the way, has got like a notepad or could type this down, just so I can save it in the chat, and we'll see how many of them actually happen. But for pot 1, I want Real Madrid away and Bayern Munich at home to make it nice and clear for you. So if anyone could save that, that'd be great. Otherwise, I just had to type it in myself. As for pot 2 is tricky actually, because I actually don't think there's a bad team you can get in pot 2. Every single team in pot 2 I would take now. I actually don't know which one I would want. In terms of the home game, maybe Atletico Madrid again. Obviously, we had them already pre-season, but I would like getting them again. I wouldn't mind getting them at home. Maybe round 2 of that. So I'll probably get Atletico at home, and then we're going to go for a German team away. So either Leverkusen or Frankfurt. I don't mind which one, but this is the one where I'm going to go for a German away team. So I'm going to go with Leverkusen. So Leverkusen away, Atletico Madrid home. And then we've got pot 3 now. Pot 3, by the way, that is a scary pot if you are going to the away match. Oh my God. Every single team in that pot, you're going to have a rough time. I actually don't think, by the way, there's a nice team in that pot you can get for an away game. Every single team there is a rough away game. I'm going to go for it, though. I want Napoli away. I'm actually going to go for the mental one. Just to let you know, by the way, all the representatives in there now. We're not too far away from the draw. I want Napoli away, and I want Napoli away, and we're going to go for Ajax home. We'll go for that one. But again, any away game there is crazy. And finally, pot 4, just for anyone that's keeping the notes. I'm going to go for Galatasaray away, and then we're going to go for more of the crap teams at home. We'll go for Paphos home. Let's just go Paphos at home. We just want to get a nice home one. But these teams are mental. Or pot 3 and pot 4. Oh my God, I am bricking it for some of them away games. They got some crazy ones in there. Every single pot 3 and every single pot 4 team, you've got some rough ones there. Anyone, by the way, yes, okay, thank you, Geordie lads. So can I pin this? Is anywhere I can pin this? I'm going to quickly try and figure out a way for this. Can I do that? No, I can't. That's just going to stay there for now. That's what I want. That's everything I want there. So let's see out of the 8 teams how many of them happen. Just to let you know, by the way, so we've got the FIFA representative going up. It looks like we're about to go into the draw straight away. It doesn't look like it's going to take that long, guys, by the way. It's just going through the formalities. It'll probably still drag on for a little bit, but we are getting close. We are getting very close now. We're about to get truly into it. A lot of you guys, by the way, have being able to actually say about the chat. But thank you. That's my prediction down below. That is my dream draw. I would like some of them to happen. Hopefully we get a few of them right. I reckon we'll get some of them right, but I reckon they might be the opposite. So for example, we might get Bayern away and I might get maybe Leverkusen at home. Like I think we'll get some different ones. But yeah, we're just about to start shortly. They're just talking through the UEFA side of it themselves. We're getting to that stage, guys. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Been waiting a couple of years. We're back. I'm gonna crack open a cold one, by the way. Cheers to everyone if anyone's drinking the drinks. This is the Champions League drink, but unfortunately, it's still got the women's Euros on. So get out of the way, Lauren James. We're here. We're here for the Champions League. Right, do this. Giving out awards first, Adam. No worries, yeah. Okay, we'll go for the individual awards, and afterwards we're going to get through it all. So not too long now. Who we got coming up? I generally haven't got a clue who half these people are, but yeah. If I copy and paste this into the chat, I should be able to pin it. I'm just gonna quickly pop on the YouTube actually and just pin this comment if I can do it. Yes, there we go. Okay, I pinned the comment now, so I've got that up. I can see it basically, so I can take it off. Oh, fair enough. Well, good on you, by the way. Well done for being 3 years sober. I'm someone I never drink, to be honest. I'm just not that fussed on it. Off these nuts, some Pepsi. There's nothing wrong with Pepsi Max, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. There you go. Right, so they're showing off a plaque here. That's the plaque from. Is that from the Club World Cup? I don't know what they're showing off here. They're showing something off. Hello, Oscar, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you enjoy the Champions League draw tonight as well. Keep at it, mate. Thank you for your support. Oh my word, yeah. There are some brutal ones, by the way. It's always mental, by the way, seeing Newcastle amongst all the UEFA representatives here. There's a lot of big people in there. There's a lot of seriously big people in there. So to see Newcastle amongst it all, it's kind of nice, refreshing thing to see. Got to be Iron Brew for me, fair enough. I've never liked Iron Brew, to be honest. I don't know what it is, but Iron Brew just not my thing, I guess. Just not really my thing. Who's representing us, Adam? I haven't seen it yet. So last time it was Darren Eels and Lee Marshall. Obviously, Darren Eels is not at Newcastle anymore. Lee's probably still going to be there, but I don't know who will be with him. I'd probably assume someone from the PIF, especially how this summer's been, especially with all the noise going on. Surely the PIF is there. Surely someone from the PIF is going to be getting their hands on this situation and being able to get themselves properly in amongst this Champions League draw. And with the fact that the chairman's in Newcastle anyway this week, I feel like that does make sense. What we got here? As both Napoli and Newcastle fan, we want that fixture. We're brilliant to watch a match. Well, I hope both teams can win. Unfortunately, lad, both teams can't win the football game, but I get what you're saying. You want both teams to get each other. That'd be quite good as well. So it looks like the Chelsea plaque's going off the stage now, by the way. So I'll let you know when the draw looks like it's going to come on. Pepsi did best, like nothing comes close. Oh, it's amazing. If anyone, by the way, in this chat has any contacts to Pepsi Max, please do sort me out, because that's just going to be the one for me. Right, just updates on what's happening at the minute. They're still just talking through the Champions League. I'm trying to keep an eye on it because basically I can't have the TV volume on because obviously I get copyrighted basically if it's on. So I'm essentially trying to figure out what's going on without actually being able to hear what's going on. So again, they're just still talking for the Champions League. What we've got here? What the hell? Wow. If you still think you're getting Isak, by the way, I respect the confidence. You guys are not getting Isak. We haven't even signed one striker yet, and you got 4 days left. But I'm here for the Champions League. Isak's not going to ruin my day. Hi, Adam. Hope you're well. Fingers crossed for a good draw. I hope so. At least I hope you're well as well. What's this? Being off the packer for 6 months now, I don't feel much better. Good on you. Obviously, no shame if you're someone that's done drugs in the past. You can get yourself off it and get yourself healthy and fit. You've got to respect anyone that's done that. So, obviously, well done and keep at it. All right, Pete, man. I'm from Wallsend as well. Been subbed to you for a long time, support from the start. Now you go to for all Newcastle United news. Thank you, Aim. Just on the topic bio Newcastle United news. Once the stream is done, chances are we probably are going to do a separate video, kind of just digesting a bit more into the Champions League and just being able to, I guess, to talk properly and just to give a more broad reaction, I suppose, to the draw itself. It's more born in the Eurovision. It does drag. You realise in these UEFA draws, by the way, it does drag a bit. Unfortunately, that's just going to be a case until it's all sorted. It's going for adverts now. I mean, we're in Switzerland. It's got like a Switzerland video on what is going on here. I mean, there's someone's like pouring coffee out. You know, we work out for the Champions League draw, and I'm watching videos of coffee being poured out. Mental. Right, hello Adam. Thank you for the £2 donation. Which team has the best brass house? I can't say. I know, to be honest with me, I can't say I'm someone that's been testing out the different brass houses across Europe. I just can't say I'm someone that's been doing that. But yeah, I know some of you guys, by the way, in these Champions League away games, some of you are going to be looking at stuff like that. I know what you're like. But yeah, I can't say I would be doing that. It's still just currently going through the your UEFA videos. Yeah, it's just a bit boring, isn't it? Right, okay. I'm just going for the comments, by the way. Yeah, I've never, I don't think I've ever fell for these comments. By the way, I remember there was a hilarious one. It was there was one just after the takeover, wasn't it? I think it was Hoddy, was it the young girl at the time? I remember she fell for when I saw St James's Park when I swear it was like was it like Ligma Balls or something? It was like something like that. It was like a really stupid name, and she was just going through how she's been watching a lot of this guy in the Ukraine league, but it's like it's just something that did never ever existed. Like I can't remember what name did she fall for again. I remember that one quite well. I swear it was like Ligma Balls or something like that. It was like a really stupid name, and she was just like talking about how she's been watching every week. Like it's just it doesn't exist at all. I can't remember now. That's the funniest one I've seen. Zlatan's all over the program. I know he is, isn't he? I can't remember which one it was. But was it? I can't remember if it was. Hello, mate. You right? No, this is the authentic top, by the way. Whoever said that. It can't be dunking my balls. Sure. It wasn't actually dunking my balls. That's so obvious, by the way. I swear to God. Was that actually dunking my balls? It's on TNT Sports 1, by the way, if anyone asking. What's this? Mighty Dusseldorf before the Dortmund game. Can't wait to be abroad with the boys again. I know, Corey, tell me about it. I can't wait to be abroad. I can't wait to be back there. It's taking it all in. I don't know why, by the way. Why is there a Sunderland fan in the Champions League draw stream? Do you guys even know what the Champions League is? What are you doing here? Fair enough. Actually, I say fair enough yesterday. You're not even in the Carabao Cup. You got knocked out, so you can't even come in the stream yesterday. Never mind the one today. But score versus Leeds, I still don't know yet, to be honest. We'll talk a bit more about it in a bit. Adam, what's the worst away game in the draw, mate? Oh, it's a bad one. Definitely the Kazakhstan team, though. Not in terms of dangerous, not in terms of which one's the worst to go to as a football fan. Worst to travel to, by far, the Kazakhstan team. You're talking flight from London, Middle European flight, switch there. Kazakhstan's awkward. You do not want the Kazakhstan. You do not want that Kazakhstan team. You really don't want that one. Just June transfer closing. Maybe the thing is, I think deadlines today is going to be busy this year for Newcastle, so I kind of got to be out and about. Let's say it's a medical, for example. Like I kind of got to go out and about and do it. And I've never ever someone, by the way, that does a live stream out and about. I think doing live streams, like when you're actually out in public, say one of the worst things you can do, because obviously. Most of you guys are sound, by the way, and I don't think anyone in this chat now ever go out of their way to do something bad, but live streaming in public is quite dangerous. Like I do think people obviously kind of track your location based on that, and they'll probably try and do something when you're live on air. So watch out for that if you ever try and do that. I think live stream when you're out and about is really dangerous. Like I would never ever do that out and about. What's with the Adam P intro? It's my old classic intro. I used to do that and used to go, "What's going on, guys?" It's Adam P. I used to do it in a more enthusiastic way, but yeah, I'm just more casual, really. What we got here? What we got? How late is the official draw? Where can you see it? on TNT Sports 1. Obviously, I'm here now going through the draw, so you'll be able to see it here. I'm physically telling you what teams get what here. So this is live. This is all happening in the moment. Plenty of close to saying I haven't heard much about him here, unless there's been new, fresh news that's on social media in the last 2 hours. I haven't seen it. I've been quite on top of the social media today. Obviously, I went through my video before and all the Sesko and obviously the Sesko on the obviously all player on the Larson stuff side. I went through all that, but yeah, other than that, I haven't really talked through too much today. I'm just double checking my stuff site. Is actually new news from Craig Hope. If that's the case, we'll probably be talking about that in the video. I generally haven't seen it, so once the stream's done, I'll look into it straight away, and we'll talk about it properly in my next video, which will be up quite shortly, because I'll be doing that. I'll be uploading my video, and then afterwards, I'm going out and I'm enjoying myself, so I'm out afterwards. There's Zlatan Ibrahimovic on the stage there. Boo! Boo! I'm booing him after the Isak stuff, by the way. I'm not happy with him and the Isak stuff. He can do one. Thierry Henry can do one, and the Sweden manager can all do one, by the way. Boo! I'm booing Zlatan. I'm sick of these enablers. Zlatan's an enabler, Henry's an enabler, and the Sweden manager, they're all enablers, they're all encouraging this Isak behaviour. They should be condemning it. Massive enablers. I'm not having it at all. Yeah, I spoke to Craig quite a few times, yeah. I haven't seen the Newcastle United transfer news. I'm going to quickly type it in during the stream now, just so I can actually be able to be clued up on it before we talk about it in the video. Newcastle Craig Hope will type that in. It should come up. Okay. I don't really seen too much just yet. I have to get it all properly shortly, to be honest. But back to the draw. So he says Latan's holding up. I'm not sure what award that is. Actually, he's holding up an individual award for someone there. Has Craig Hope actually said something good by it? I generally can't see it at the minute because I'm not signing into my Twitter, so I haven't basically got it up on the screen. He's tweeted something about it. No worries. Well, I'm gonna have to block some of these comments, by the way. Like I don't mind people. Obviously, I know there's a lot of people typing in the chat, by the way, so I can get people wanting to put a message in a few times. But if there's anyone like actively spamming, especially people spamming free sack in the chat, like what are you doing, man? What do something else? Like what people are actually coming in the chat and just spamming free Isak? Get to the grip. We're not freeing Isak. Isak's not hostage. He's not being held hostage. The guy's getting paid good money. Yeah, if anyone's still spamming, by the way, I can put a couple of moderators in if need be, but I will just block you. Yeah, I'm putting some of these in the timeouts here. Just give us just a sec, sorry. I can't see I'm going to the Ritz on Manhattan today. Is Manhattan's even open on the Thursday? I'm pretty sure. To be honest, Manhattan's always ends crazy. Like if anyone ever likes watching like real life fights, bloody hell, Manhattan's it. Forget about watching the UFC and the boxing. Just go to Manhattan's. You get a full pay-per-view for 3 days. Crazy. 279 and Sydney. Respect, by the way. I respect that, bro. You enjoy it. You enjoy that a lot. But yeah, just wait at the minute here. They're still just talking through. Zlatan's still banging on about something. Zlatan just gets to the bloody points. 1 minute here. Is there still loads of spammers in the chat, by the way? I felt like I've removed some of them, but I'm not sure if we're still getting loads of them. Who said bit early for Christmas decorations, by the way? And what planet have we got Christmas decorations up? I don't see anything Christmassy in here. What part of this is Christmas? Yeah. Oh, that's a hard question. I still feel like maybe the Kazakhstan. Actually, I don't think. I think Kazakhstan's easier to get to than Azerbaijan. I feel like Azerbaijan, you've got to go to a different country and then get a train into it. Whereas Kazakhstan, I think you can get 2 planes and then the plane actually goes into Kazakhstan. If you get one of them away, though, it's not going to be a fun time, basically. Everyone's still banging out about Walter, mate. I haven't seen it yet, guys. I will make a video on it afterwards. I need to actually see the report first. I need to see what's been said, but we will talk about him after the stream. I just haven't actually seen it yet. So once we get through that, we'll talk about it straight away. But obviously, if Walter Mayer is now an option Newcastle's going in for, tells you we're not going for Arsenal anymore. tells you straight away Lawson's just off the table. Just tells you it's not going to happen. Where? That's not Santa, by the way. If that looks like Santa to you, then you're blind. That's a literal norm. That's not Christmassy to me. That's definitely an autumn theme. Kappa's on the stage now, by the way. So we've got ourselves Kaka and Zlatan. Please just get to the point. It just drags on so much. Yeah. I predicted 5:30, by the way, when the stream comes on. We'll see if I'm correct on that. It's certainly looking that way at the minute because it's just it's not starting yet. It takes so long. I told you it'd take ages. It always does. It just takes absolutely forever to do anything. I'm just gonna double check a couple of things in the meantime. Just drags on and on and on and on. But yes, we're going back on topic here. Adam, can I please be mod? I can make a couple of people mods. To be fair, ideally a couple of people that I kind of know more about. All I need to do is literally just to delete these spammy comments, just to stop people. Like when I mean spam, I mean like literally just spamming the chat up. And it's a real shame, Kieran, to be honest, because I actually think that if you take the striker stuff away from, I actually think Newcastle's had quite a good window, but the striker situation's really dragging the window down because you're looking worse than we did last season in terms of striker. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame because I actually think the window itself has been good. It's just been dragged down a lot by the striker on Isak stuff. It really has dragged it down. I actually think it's one of Newcastle's better windows as well. So they kind of talk negative. A negative light about the window just is a bit upsetting almost because I don't think the club deserves that. I think they've had a good window, but it's just not been good enough for the striker stuff ongoing. And it's right. And people still spam. I'm not seeing much spamming going on my actual chat. Yeah, I don't know if the YouTube chat's a bit more messed up, but my actual chat here seems to be all right. Back on topic. Stu Zlatan and Kaka talking at the minute. We've been so overlooked by Isak. Yeah, the Isak stuff's just knocked us back a bit. Newcastle's honestly this close from being class. They really are this close from being class, and they've been held back by a striker that's it's quite selfish, really. And being unable to bring strikers in. Right, okay, we're heading over to the balls, everyone. This looks like it's it, by the way. We are heading over to the balls now. Everyone on the stage has moved. Are we finally going to get into it? I like to hope so. It looks like it's going to happen, guys. Yeah, okay. Chat. This is it. This is it, chat. Do you pay for a TV license, Adam? Yes, I do. Right, within the next couple of minutes, it's going to start the draw. They're just doing the formalities now. Everyone's clapping. I think it's going to go, guys. I think it's going to happen. Right, put your predictions down below. Which 8 teams do you want? What is your dream draw? What team are you desperate to see Gas United play? Put them down below. We're in the next, probably say the next 5 minutes. I think it's going to go underway, so we'll actually see this. But yeah, they're still just building up the draw and they're still talking through it. So within talking any minute now, we're going to get our draw. We're going to be looking good, and then we're going to be ready to go. Oh, it looks like Zlatan actually is doing the balls as well, by the way. So Zlatan and Kaka are going to pick our fate. Zlatan is going to pick potentially our fate. So I say you give us Madrid, Zlatan. I don't mind that at all, by the way. I'm trying to think how it works. So if I'm correct in saying it goes through pots, didn't it? So it goes through pot one. So they all get put on the 10 different groups, and then that. Oh, so no, you're not groups anymore. They put you in the league phase, don't they? I'm trying to figure out the new league format because I didn't actually watch the draw last year because I don't know about you guys, but because of the fact Newcastle wasn't in the Champions League, I was almost a bit bitter like to actually watch the Champions League draw because we weren't there. So I'm trying to actually figure out how the teams work in the new draw because I remember it well 2 years ago how it worked, but it's a completely different draw now. It's all computer based, isn't it? They all pick it from the computers because of the fact that there's so many technicalities and formalities that go into it. So we'll see anyway. But again, it's dragging on a bit. I'm trying to spot the Newcastle representatives, by the way. I'm not seeing them anywhere so far. There's somewhere in there. Let's see what people want. People want Barca at home, Madrid at home. Okay. People want home game, first game. Yeah, I think you're right in that respect, buddy. Right, so they're still talking through the draw. For I don't know. Oh, it's the most infuriating thing ever. Start the draw. It just dragged on and on and on. But just when did he realise he could go full time with YouTube? I was kind of always thinking about it really because I was kind of sticking with it. Um, I wouldn't say I was ever fortunate with COVID-19, but COVID-19 kind of got me back into YouTube because, of course, being at home all the time, I had a chance to kind of get back into YouTube, get back into the flow of things, and it kind of came around the right time to be able to really think about in the moment what you wanted to do now. Because at the time, you still had so many things you didn't quite know. But okay, it's showing the pots now, by the way. So I think the computer here is going to explain how it works. So it's shown pot one straight away. I'm supposed to have the volume on, but the problem is that like I don't want to get copyright strikes. I might have to turn it on though, because otherwise I'm going to completely not understand how it works. So we've got the computer now telling you how the pot works. So it's in a couple of minutes. So it goes through the pots. So it picks a pot one team, and then it will decide whether you're home or away, I believe. I don't know, this computer thing's crazy, isn't it? It's like so confusing. Right. So he's just going through that now. I haven't got a clue how the format's going to work because I generally don't know. So yeah, it's saying here obviously Spanish teams can't get each other, for example, so you have to get different nations. But if you are Spanish, for example, you are allowed to get two different teams in the same nation. So we can get two Spanish teams basically. So yeah, that's explaining the obvious point. I feel like. And then it goes through home away, home away, home away, home away. So we're just about to get into it. It's a lot to take in. It is very confusing. I mean, I might as well not even listen to it because it's just confusing regardless. So we'll actually see how it works. Yeah, right. It's sorting out the draw here. But yeah, guys, literally 4 minutes or so on. We're on within the next 4 or 5 minutes. It's just explaining how it works. The fact, by the way, that it's been on for like 5 minutes and it's still telling people how it works just tells you how confusing it is. It is a nightmare to try and figure out. It's just all computers nowadays. It's just like it's just all over the place. But yeah, any moment now we're gonna get through the balls. We're gonna get through it all. One final time, you guys on new around here, make sure to get down there, hit that subscribe button, and of course, smash the like button. We're currently on, if I can check it. Currently got a few hundred likes, so we can try and get it on. Obviously, I want Madrid away. Madrid away is my absolute dream draw, by the way, guys, to fully tell you about it. I'll do anything for Madrid away. But the pots, once again, are telling you exactly everything that's going on here. How is it still going through the... It's still explaining what's happening, by the way. It's crazy. It is actually still explaining how the draw works. So it's explaining the pots now. So there must be different formats to how the pots themselves work. So again, we'll get through it when we get there, but it is a messy draw. Right, okay, it's just finished up with the explaining there. So it looks like now we're going to get through the draw. I think we're all going to turn the volume on to hear the teams. What's it doing? I'm going to quickly turn the volume down a little bit because I don't want to get copyright strike. So it's showing every team that's in it. So it's showing all the pot one teams now. So it will show the 10 teams that are in pot one, and then they'll get picked off first, and then you'll try and figure out from there. I think I'm pretty sure it still goes through the pots, pot by pot by pot by pot, I believe. So we'll see anyway. This is just showing the teams at the minute. I tell you what, this is getting exciting. This is getting really exciting now. Showing for all the teams, showing through all the highlights of each team now. We're getting into it. We are getting into it. Come on, chat. Get all the hype going in the chat. This is it. The Cast United 2025-26 Champions League draw is coming up. It's just going for the pot one teams, and I feel like these are going to get drawn first, if I remember correctly in how it works, because it still is a bit of a faff on. It's showing FC Barcelona now. It's there we are. That's all the pots there. So that's the first pot, and there's 9 teams in pot one. It's just talking for PSG here. Obviously joining the ranks as a new winner. Obviously, we're in pot four, we're in the bad pot. But bad pot doesn't really matter anyway because you get 2 teams in every single pot. So obviously, last time we never got a pot 4 team because we were pot 4. This time you get 2 pot 4 teams regardless of what's going on. So it doesn't make a difference anymore. This new format, by the way, is so much better for us. It's so much easier for us. Our format last time, oh my god, we were screwed before you kicked the ball. But yeah, the pot 1 teams are all on the screen now. Zlatan was talking through it. Right, he's going to start picking the balls out. This is it, guys. The balls are coming out now. The first ball called out as Zlatan opens it up. So we have got Bayern Munich. So Bayern Munich's the first team that's been drawn out. So they've been. I'm trying to figure out how this part works. So do Bayern get their teams now, or does it just go on to someone else? I'm so confused how this works. So okay, so I think it's the computer itself going to do this now. I'm so confused here. So okay, Bayern's got Chelsea at home, PSG away, Arsenal away, Bruges, Sporting, PSV, Union, Paphos, no Newcastle. We have not got Bayern Munich straight away. No Bayern Munich at all. I'm a bit gutted. I want to buy them at home, so that's it. Paphos is drawing, Union's drawing, PSV's drawing. We haven't got them. So that's immediately a team you can't say does not have. Please, Madrid away. I swear to the Lords above, give us Madrid away. But Bayern's already gone. We haven't got Bayern. So we can only get Inter Milan, Barca, Madrid, and PSG. I think is there only those 4 teams. I feel like it's only those 4 teams you can get now from pot 1. So 2 of those 4 we're getting. Bayern's not one of them. Right. Okay. Was I correct in that? No, I forgot Dortmund. You can get Dortmund as well. Sorry. Chelsea's next. Obviously, we can't get Chelsea, so there's no point even looking at this one really. For Chelsea, we are also ready, and for Chelsea, we need to find out. I can't show the TV, by the way, if anyone asking. So, we're showing some of the matches here. So, Chelsea's already got Bayern away as predicted. They've got Barca, Benfica, Atlanta, Ajax, Napoli, Paphos, and Carabao. I tell you what, Chelsea's draw's hard there, by the way. Take away the pot 14 from that. They've got 6 good teams there. Chelsea's draw's actually hard. They haven't got easy games then. I actually think they've got a really hard batch of games there. Pot 4 teams are easy for them. They've got 2 good pot 4 teams. This computer thing, it's interesting actually. It's quite impressive how it works so quickly. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Real Madrid, come on, this is it here. Real Madrid's next one. Please, Newcastle, be on this. Come on. Oh, is Newcastle going to be here? Please. They've got City. They've got Liverpool. Oh, can they get more into English teams? No. Oh, we didn't get them. They got City and Liverpool. No, we didn't get Madrid. I'm absolutely gutted about that. We could still get Atletico Madrid, by the way. We still can't go to Madrid. We just didn't get Real. It's annoying. Madrid got City and Liverpool. I felt like straight away once you got 2 English teams, there wasn't going to be an R1 in there. That's depressing. That's depressing. Okay, right. It's Inter Milan, Dortmund, PSG. Is that it? Oh no. It's going to be a team we've already got in it. Oh no, Barcelona. Barcelona is still there. I don't mind Barca. I definitely want Barca. Inter's next. I wouldn't mind Inter away. I actually really like the San Siro. I'm not going to lie. I actually love the San Siro. So I wouldn't mind going back there, but I kind of don't want to go back there, basically. But I wouldn't mind Inter away. I honestly don't. But Barca, Inter away, they're the 2 of 1. Dortmund away is good as well, but Inter's got Liverpool, they've got Arsenal, so I don't think they'll get Newcastle now, if I'm correct on that. No, not Inter. It's Dortmund, Barca, or PSG. One of these 3. Do not be PSG away. I really do not want PSG away. But Newcastle still has not been called out at all yet. Barca, Dortmund, PSG. I tell you what, 2 out of 3 are good there. Just not PSG. I don't mind PSG home, but not PSG away. But you got 2 of those 3. Dortmund's next. I don't mind Dortmund away again. Dortmund away still was good. That was obviously great at Dusseldorf. Don't mind going back there, by the way. We'll have a look. Though. Obviously, Dusseldorf was great. I really like Dusseldorf. Let's see. Is it going to be a rematch at Dortmund? We shall find out. They've got City. Are we in this? Tottenham, no. Tottenham's there. Again, we've got PSG and we've got Barcelona. That's confirmed, by the way. PSG, Barcelona, one's home and one's away. Oh, I don't mind PSG away because Paris is easy to get to. But there you are. You got PSG and Barca. You just don't know what away yet. What do you think about that, by the way? Barca again, though. I tell you what, back to Barcelona. But 2 teams have already had. I'm a bit gutted about that. I think it's good. I still like it, but yeah, it was PSG away. That was a bit rough. PSG home was quite good. To be fair, I did actually like PSG at home. They had a big bite to them. And their fans are mental in Newcastle, by the way. They are mental, the PSG Ultras. Liverpool's next. Doesn't matter for us. Newcastle hasn't been drawn yet. We haven't got a single team yet. But we are guaranteed PSG and Barcelona. We just don't know which one's home. We don't know which one's away yet. This new format, I think, is weird, by the way. Almost kind of takes the attention away from Newcastle because your thing's not even being called out anymore. Liverpool's draw, by the way, they've got Inter Madrid. The rest of their draw is decent. I think Liverpool's draw is there all right. We'll have a look here. It's kind of annoying this. 3 teams left in pot 1, by the way. Newcastle is guaranteed PSG and guaranteed Barcelona. We just don't know which way. Barcelona away or Barcelona home. I don't mind. To be honest, I don't mind which way it is. Let's find out which way are we going to get them. The Chelsea's away, which will probably mean Newcastle's home. Is that a thing? I think Newcastle might be home if that's the case. Let's find out. Oh, Newcastle away. Barcelona home. PSG away. PSG away again. To be honest, right, I was actually in the home end last time at PSG because of this stupid UEFA thing. I've actually missed out my tickets, so they'll be in the away in this time. I don't mind. PSG away, rematch at Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona home. They're a couple of good games, by the way. Barca at St James's Park. Oh, that's a good one. Yamin Yamal at St James's Park. Wow. Nice. To be fair, actually, the more I think about it, PSG, actually, can PSG still be home? I swear PSG has to be away. I don't know if they both can be at home. I fear it can't be. It's surely away, innit? I'm pretty sure we are guaranteed to have them at their stadium. The defending champions will also be playing at the okay. So PSG away, at Barcelona home, I thought so, yeah. I tell you what, actually, the more I think about it, you've got the Champions League winners. It's a rematch. I kind of wish we didn't have PSG again, but obviously back to their stadium, rematch from last time, and Barcelona home. To be fair, they're 2 good games, actually. I'm happy with them so far. One more English team to go through, and then we're going to find out pot 2. So yeah, someone in the chat said there, Sir Bobby would be pleased. Yes, he would be. That is certainly a Sir Bobby Derby there. We've got Buying Away. I don't know what you're watching, by the way. We do not have Buying Away. I don't know what you're watching, buddy. In terms of Newcastle's team, I'm fairly content so far. Pot 3 and pot 4 is where it gets mental, though. They're the rough teams. You've got some rough ones amongst it, so we'll certainly find out after that. Well, I think Newcastle's had 2 good games there. PSG I kind of wish we didn't have, but Barcelona is definitely a good one. I'm happy with Barcelona at home. Paris is easy to get us, well. You're talking about actually going to the game. A 1 hour flight to PSG, you can get the plane there, you can get the car there, you can get the coach there. You know what I mean? Like, it's fairly easy to get to. Like, I don't think you can complain about it too much. But yes, that's how things are looking so far. On to pot two after this now. So it's got to go through the pot two teams. It's awkward. It's so complicated. It's just weird, isn't it?
Zlatan about PSG. Of course, you were there 4 seasons.
Why? What are we asking Zlatan questions? Why are we giving Zlatan a Q&A? Like, get through the draw. We're here for the draw.
So, how happy were you to see them lift the trophy?
All right.
I'm super happy.
But so far, so good, by the way. I'm fairly content there. 0 out of 2 for my dream draw, but despite it not being my dream draw, I still think it's good. Just not Madrid. It's I wish it was Madrid. I really wish it was Madrid. Happy so far, yeah. Everyone else in the chat happy so far. I think there are a couple of good games. I think deep down, especially the amount of teams, you could only get 5 or 6 teams out of it, and basically 4 of them are teams we already had. So far, we've got we've got Barcelona at home and PSG away. They're the only 2 teams we have so far. Still got to go through 6 more.
Thanks for your insight. We are moving on to.
Yeah, I think Barca's the big one. I'm really happy with the Barcelona game. Barca St James's Park. Wow, that's a chef's kiss. But yeah, PSG away, I'm not that keen on. Paris is all right. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a dumper for a few days. PSG ultras are crazy though. They actually did attack the Newcastle fans last time. But it wasn't a bad attack. I'm not gonna make it out like they were going after our throats. They definitely weren't. But yeah, they're not exactly nice to see about it. Their ultras are certainly a bit mental. Is one way of putting it. Yeah, PSG ultras always tend to be a bit rough. To give you my personal opinion on them. Paris is just typically rough as well. So yeah, the PSG is not the best one to go to, but probably the cheapest game actually. To be honest, I think when you actually look at it financially, PSG, would you say it's the cheapest away game to go to? You have to say yes because of just how far it is. It is by far your closest one to go to, so you couldn't have asked for a closer game. Because Rangers not here, Celtic's not here, so that's it. But yeah, let's go for the pot 2 teams now. So we're going to find out the next bunch of them. Pot 2, I actually think every pot 2 team, by the way, is good. I generally don't think Newcastle can get a bad team. Yeah, I think every team's exciting. Obviously, there's some you want more than other ones, but I honestly don't think there's a bad one. I really don't think there's a single bad team here you could argue about.
Gentlemen,
I'm trying to remember who I put down for my dream draw, by the way. I need to quickly go back on my stream and actually check out. I had a particular dream draw here. If anyone can remember, actually, can you tell me? I forgot my own dream draw. I'm pretty sure I wanted. I think I wanted Leverkusen away, which is Leverkusen's first team, by the way. I think I wanted Leverkusen away, and I think I wanted Atletico Madrid at home, I believe. It's Leverkusen's first team out. They've got City away, which means they might get Newcastle home. I believe that's how it works. You definitely will want to go to Germany, by the way. Germany's always quite sound. Teams that Leverkusen will be playing. Newcastle home, Leverkusen away. I tell you what, boys, we're going back to Germany. I have to say that's a good one. That I actually said Leverkusen away. I promise you guys that was on the dream list. We've actually got one. Bayer Leverkusen away. You know what? That's good. That's a good one there. We're back to Germany. Germany's sound, by the way. Germany's so good. Back to Leverkusen, enjoy it. Could potentially maybe be October time as well, maybe depending on when it is. But you know what? That's good. Arsenal doesn't matter. Arsenal's back there. Yeah, we are. We're going to France and we're going to Germany so far. I tell you what, guys, let's not jinx it because we've still got Kazakhstan to get through. But let's not jinx it. But we're looking all right here. Leverkusen's a winnable game as well. I think so. Yeah. Obviously, Leverkusen's almost a derby at the minute actually because they didn't sell a Sesko and then they wanted Buddy Wilson off Newcastle and they wanted Sven Botman off Newcastle. So I don't know what Leverkusen's problem is, but you're gonna have to deal with us now. By the way, I don't know what Leverkusen's problem is, but yeah, that's kind of almost like a derby at the minute to be honest. Because Leverkusen's been so bloody weird with Newcastle. But yeah, the Sesko, Sula and Botman derby apparently. Atlanta's next up. Obviously, Newcastle still has to get a home game. I don't mind what team it is. Atlanta obviously beating a pre-season game a few years ago. Also, we'll see now. They've got Chelsea home, which means Newcastle away could still potentially be on the cards. No, it's not Atlanta. We haven't got them. Right, okay. Okay, so we've got the away game sorted. We need to still need to find a home game. We'll let you know what teams we can get. Benfica, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, Athletic Club, and not Athletic Club, sorry. Huge Frankfurt and Juventus. There's still a lot of good teams in there, by the way. Every single team, by the way, is good. I don't think you can get a bad home draw here. To be honest, for Newcastle's sake, you probably want to get an easier game. So you probably, as much as I'd like to have Madrid at home, I kind of don't want Madrid at home, basically. Benfica's next year. Wouldn't mind Benfica, actually. I don't know if they can get us, though. Could have got Chelsea away. We'll have a look.
The Portuguese Giants, who of course qualified this week, they'll also be facing Juventus.
Oh, right. Benfica home, Leverkusen away. You know what? They're good games, you know. That for pot two, that's a nice pot two, by the way. I really don't think that's bad for pot two. I actually wanted Leverkusen away, so that's actually a game that I legitimately wanted. And then Benfica, I feel like Benfica's a fairly easy home. No, I wouldn't say fairly easy actually. I say it is an easy home game though. Like, that's definitely one of the better ones, isn't it? I think that's definitely one of the more winnable games. Yeah, I'm trying to block the spammers, by the way. What do you think about that? You know what? This is looking good so far. I've got no issues here. Pot 3, pot 4. This is where it gets crazy, though. This is where it could really go sour. Not in the games in terms you have to play, but actually to go as a fan to the games. Pot 3, pot 4 has seriously dangerous teams in it. We have some actual dangerous teams to play. So we have to hope, for the sake of us, that we don't get some of these teams. But they're rough ones in pot 3 and pot 4. So keep an eye on these ones. Obviously, still got a few more teams to go through a pot 2. I'm not really interested, to be honest, because I'm not behind, by the way. Obviously, I'm watching the game. I'm watching it live. What's this? We are the Geordies, good man. What's this? I love this schedule. Nice. Good to hear. Can we still get Juve? No. We've got the pot 2 teams now. That's it. Pot 3, pot 4. You're waiting for those 4. So you got Barca home, PSG away. You've got Benfica home, Leverkusen away. I tell you what, they're good. Yes. Napoli's in pot 3. You can still get Napoli. Is there anyone else there? I think it might just be Napoli. You can get Napoli away. You can still get them. I believe it's just Napoli. I know. Look at our way on with. Yeah, I think so. I think the pot 2 teams are nice. You could have got Atletico Madrid, by the way. That's a hard pot 2 team. You could have got a couple of hard teams in there, actually. Galatasaray still available. You can get them there. Pot 3 team. Just keep an eye on pot 3 and pot 4. They are mental teams in those draws. And that's where the draws could potentially go sour. We've got to hopefully get out of those 2 draws well. Right, 2 more balls to be called out from pot 2, and then we're going to find out what we've got last. Galatasaray, yeah. That's still a reality, by the way. That's still a possibility. There's a lot of naughty games. Marseille still in there. The Greek team's still in there. Kazakhstan team's in there. Bode Glimpse in there. Ajax is in there, I believe. Still get them. There are mental teams in there. Like, I'm telling you now, pot 3's got crazy teams. Well, I'm going to quickly get them on the screen, actually, just while we're waiting here. But we'll quickly show you the pot 3 and pot 4 teams. So, yeah, so you can get PSV, Ajax, Napoli, Sport, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Bodo Glimt, and Marseille. Any of them teams. And then Copenhagen, Monaco, Galatasaray, Union, Karabag, Athletic Club, Paphos, and Karat. So you're guaranteed 4 of those teams. Yeah, you've still got a lot of mental teams in there to just to remind you of what teams are actually in it. So I think that's the last pot 2 team there. So we're basically just about to get into pot 3. To be fair, actually, I'm going to turn the volume off because I can clearly see what's going on. I don't need the volume on. You know what? Looking okay though. Who we got so far? Which mind you the teams. So Barcelona home, PSG away, Bayer Leverkusen away, Benfica home. They're the 4 teams so far. That's the first 2 pots. So 2 more pots to go through. We've got some. We've got this is the tasty games now. We've got the enjoyable Champions League dream matches. We've got them done now. These next games is where things are gonna get serious. This is where things are gonna get intense. If you don't mind me, I'm gonna quickly pop to the toilet, sorry, because basically you're gonna go through the pot 3 teams anyway, so it's gonna take a couple minutes before it starts. Just give me 1 minute, sorry, because I need to actually go to the toilet. Right. Back. It's going for the teams now as expected. And I tell you what, I need that toilet by the way, because I probably will be bricking it by the time we get some of these away matches. Bloody hell. Someone's been, it's all this talk about pots. Fair enough, yeah. Adam P visiting pot 5 at full, yeah. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Right. Just hope we don't get really, that's quite funny to be fair, actually. I didn't go for number 2, so I just went for the normal. It's literally just showing it's just showing the teams by the way before it gets into it. Yeah, I've got a number 14 shirt on. It's not who you think it is. It's the one I got wrong. I did mess it up a bit. 4 easy games for knockouts, I think. 4 easy ones so far, you reckon? I wouldn't say Barcelona's easy, like I would say PSG's easy either. I think pot 2 teams are nice, and then pot 3 and 4, you're going to get nice enough matches. Like I think every game's going to be at least realistic. Good banter, mate. Doing a great job, thank you, mate. Did you wash your hands? I didn't actually know. I probably should have. I'm too busy with the draw here. I mean, I've got to see what teams we got. I haven't got time to do that. But I will do it when the stream ends, don't worry. Right, okay, we're about to go for the pot 3 teams now. This is it, guys. Match 5, match 6. Stop spamming the chat, you arsehole. There you are. I'm going to ban you. 1 sec. And now we could use this spear, couldn't we? Yeah, I know. I've only had a striker. Right, Kaka's putting his hands into the balls. Tottenham's already English team, so that's the only team we need to ignore. Right, let's have a look. Who we got? Marseille. Oh, not Marseille away. Marseille away is, oh, it's scary. That's a scary away game, by the way. Have we got them? They got Liverpool at home. Is Newcastle United a game for Marseille? We'll have a look. Have we got 2 French teams? Newcastle home. Oh, Marseille away. Oh, no. Oh, Marseille away. That is... oh, my God. PSG away, Marseille away. Oh, my word. That's a harsh one, by the way. Oh, my word. Marseille away. Their ultras are crazy, by the way. Uh-oh. That's a mental one. I tell you what, finances wise, France, Germany, France. I tell you what, money wise, we're doing great here, by the way. It's the cheapest Champions League run ever. But Marseille away, oh my words, that's a tasty one. That's a tasty one. Tottenham's been called out yet. That doesn't affect us. The French ultras are going to have our number. If you think PSG were bad by it, St James's Park, Marseille is PSG times 10. Marseille is insane. Marseille does not mess around at all. They do not mess around. Oh my word. Oh. Yeah. That anyone seriously anyone going to Marseille, by the way, like generally watch out that one. That's not a nice one. Not as bad as what some of the other teams in there, but Marseille, they are still up there. That's not a nice one. Right, let's keep an eye on the other one. Still got to get the St James's Park game before we find out the last two matches. Ooh, we've got some good games here, like Bordeaux Glimp. I wouldn't mind Bordeaux Glimp at St James's Park, by the way. That'd be nice. That'd be nice 3 points to get. Is it going to happen? Well, they've already got Tottenham and City, so it's probably not going to happen. City and Tottenham, by the way, are both going to Bordeaux Glimp. Tottenham's going back to Bordeaux Glimp. That's hilarious, by the way. Yeah, I'm glad that's not us, by the way. And we're not going back there. They haven't got Newcastle. Tottenham and Manchester City are all going up to basically Antarctica. So good luck, boys. But yeah, we've got Marseille, so we need to wish good luck as well. I tell you what, France, Germany, France, I'm liking this, you know. I'm not minding this at all, you know. Nice flights, nice and easy to get to. I tell you what, I've saved a lot of money as well for these Champions League trips, and that money's going to be, you know, it's going to be getting put aside. I'm very happy so far. Right, we've still got a lot of good teams in there, though. Sporting's next up. To be honest, Sporting might not. I don't think Sporting's the one I want at St James's Park. No, an easy enough game to play, but a bit boring. I want to have an Ajax or what more exciting to make a Napoli, for example. I want to have them. So let's see. Right, we haven't got Sporting. I don't mind that. Again, Sporting wasn't one I was keen on. No Sporting, yeah. I've never been to Marseille before. Great city. Good to hear that. That's just. Oh yeah, you're right. I was still too young to remember that. Actually, yeah, you're right. Didier Drogba, was it? Do you remember? Was it a quarter final, semi final? I'm generally a bit too young to remember all five, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a valid point. Olympiacos is up next. Olympiacos will be tasty at St James's Park, by the way. That'll be a tasty one. Is it going to happen? They've got, by the way, they've got Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Leverkusen. They've got crazy good teams. Hang on, is that the Forest owner? That is the Forest owner, isn't it? What are you doing there? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it was, yeah. I forgot you own multiple clubs. So that's kind of hilarious from being there. They've got Paphos and Karat, by the way. So, yeah, they've actually got both of the mental teams. Right, okay. 4 more balls in there. We still need to find out the St James's Park game. Ajax, PSV, Napoli, and Slavia Prague. It's one of those 4. Ajax. Is it going to be them? Ideally, I want Ajax and Napoli. If I had a choice, I don't mind Slavia Prague either, but Ajax and Napoli is the 2 I want. Is it going to happen? No, not Ajax. We haven't got Ajax, no. Okay. Will it be Napoli? Napoli's a chance. 3 teams in there. Napoli's one of them. Is it going to be them? This is getting interesting now. This is getting interesting. Come on. Give us Napoli. I'll have Napoli at St James's Park. I don't mind them in home territory. I won't want them away. Who's next? Is it going to be them? Slavia Prague. Is it going to be this team? We'll have a look. This is getting interesting, guys. Right, let's have a look here. Slavia Prague is getting 2 teams announced from his last turn. No. Napoli or PSV. One of the 2. Dutch or Italy. Which one's it going to be? Napoli's got a real chance. City's got Napoli at home. I feel like that doesn't matter too much, you know. I still think we can get them, I believe. I could be wrong in that. I'm not entirely sure. I still think Newcastle can get Napoli. I don't think you can't get 2 English teams away. Right, is it going to be PSV? We'll find out here. We're having chat and crap. I still think you can potentially get them. Right, is it them? PSV's next up, by the way. Okay, PSV. Okay, you might have been right, actually. Right, home to PSV, away to Marseille. Oh, my word. PSV, it's a nice enough game. That's a nice, easy enough game to win there. PSV's not the most exciting game there. It's all right. I think the Dutch fans will be good as well, but probably the least exciting game so far. I'd probably argue, but you know what? Hang on, trying to think actually. Yeah, Marseille away is crazy though. That's a crazy one. We're going to go for pot four next. So Napoli's just getting their games announced now, and then of course afterwards it's going to be our turn. Wow, 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 wow. I'm happy how things are going. I am happy how things are going. Yeah, this is going to be the cheapest ever trip. Honestly, I've had a legitimate good amount of money put aside here. It's really not gonna cost too much. But Marseille, the night vest is coming on for Marseille. I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking an actual vest. I'm gonna be wearing for that one. I seriously might wear the body vest. Pot four is coming up next door. Not too bad. Not too bad. This is where it gets mental though, because this is where you got the Kazakhstan team, you got our bloody team. What's it called? Paphos. Paphos is in there as well. The pot four's got like those are weird teams. This is where it could still get a bit crazy. So let's just keep an eye and make sure we're going to be doing here. But this is going to be the cheapest ever trip so far. By the way, I'm doing well here. Galatasaray is here. Monaco is here, but can we get Monaco now? I don't think you can get more than two teams in the same country, can you? I feel like you can't get Monaco. We've got Karabag. We've got we'll get it up one more time actually. So we'll quickly get through pot four. So I believe we can't get Monaco now. I would assume. So Copenhagen, Galatasaray, Union, Karabag, Athletic Club, Paphos, and Karat. I tell you what, you could get Spain here. You know, you can get a Spain away match. What do you think about that anyway? What ones do you actually want from pot four? Because I'm still trying to figure out some interesting ones there. Okay. Not Karat. Please not Karat. Kazakhstan's a nightmare to get to, and it's just expensive. Paphos, Karat, these sort of teams are just going to be crazy. So it'll certainly be an adventure, but it's going to be a bit mental. Galatasaray is the away game I want. To be honest, France, Germany, France, Turkey. I will certainly take that if I got offered a chance. Now, Galatasaray is the one. Let's see. Couldn't we potentially get Galatasaray and Marseille away? Right. I says, thank you so much for this £10 donation, by the way. £10 towards your vest. Thank you. Yeah, I'm bloody going to need it for Marseille. But yes, thank you so much for the donation, by the way. We do appreciate it. So Athletic Club's been called out now. First team called out. Of course, we can get them. Newcastle away. Okay, that's the home game straight away. Athletic Club home. Yeah, all right. That's all right. Probably one of the better teams from pot four. Actually, that's actually probably one of the harder teams you can get from pot four. But again, yeah, I think it's all right. Yeah, away game though. This is what I've been looking forward to. We're gonna get someone crazy away. We're not going to Spain. No Spain here, at least for now. Anyway, we can still go through. Karabag, right? Where the bloody hell is Karabag? What country are they from? We could generally go to a place. I don't even know what country this is, by the way. So we'll have a look here. Let's see if we actually get them first. Right, let's have a look. Okay, all right. Karabag's already got their games. We haven't got Karabag. Next one. Monaco. I'm pretty sure we can't get Monaco away. Surely you can't get PSG, Marseille, and Monaco away. That's surely impossible. We'll see if that you can't get three French teams away. That has to be impossible. Yeah, we haven't got Monaco. I was going to say, surely that's impossible. Right. Oh, this is getting interesting now. Like, obviously Newcastle can still be called out, by the way, so they can still actually be called out as the team. So we'll find out straight away that's the case. Galatasaray, this is it. This is it, guys. We could get them. Come on. For the love of words. Oh no, can't get them on it. No, sorry, can't get them. Is it going to be us? No. Ah, no. It's not Monaco. That's heartbreaking. Oh, this is a problem. This is a real problem now because you've Karat away, Karat's in there, Paphos is in there, and Union Copenhagen. Oh god, it's gonna happen, isn't it? It's gonna happen. Newcastle, this is it. This is it, guys. We're finding out. Who is it? Please don't be Paphos. Union, Belgium. Hey, that's all right, you know. You know what? France, Germany, France, Belgium. You know what? That's good. You know, I am certainly taking that. It's not Kazakhstan. It's not bloody Antarctica, and it's not what was your one, Uzbekistan or something like that. I don't know where it is, but I tell you what, you know, that's good. That's good. I'm happy with Belgium. I'm more than happy with Belgium. The only thing is, Union's a little boring, maybe. Mm. I feel a bit harsh saying. I don't. I think yeah. I think that's harsh saying actually. But yeah. You know what? I'm taking that. I'm definitely taking that. My wallet is happy. Yeah, my wallet is happy. You know, France, Germany, France, Belgium. The wallet's doing me fine. Thank you. I'm very pleased with that. But yeah, if you don't mind me, actually, in the next couple of minutes, I've got to end the stream and I've got to record a video because I've got to talk through the transfer news and talk through this Champions League draw. So I've still got to get through this, and I'm going to talk a bit more about it in detail. But you know what? You know what? That's a good draw. I think that's a good draw there. I'm happy with that. Could have been better, sure. Could have been a lot worse, though. Let's be real. It could have been a lot bloody worse. So we'll get through that shortly. That will do for me. That will do. But yeah, if you don't mind me, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up here because in terms of transfer news, there is quite a bit seem to be coming out in the chat about Walter Mayer. So I'm gonna have to look into that properly, and we'll make a video on him shortly. So that's the draw, though. There's the 8 teams there. I think that's probably the best out of the teams as well. A lot of Walter Mayer stuff in the chat, so I'm gonna have to actually get off the shoe in a minute and basically do a video on that. You know what? Marseille away is crazy. The rest that's all right though. I don't think there's much to complain about there. I really don't think there is. But that's it, guys. Nice and easy. I'm coming back on, by the way, with a video in about an hour. So I'll not be too long. Make sure you tune for the transfer news. Make sure you tune in for the Champions League stuff. I've got a lot of things I need to do tonight, basically. I've got to go off the stream quite quickly, unfortunately. Well, thank you so much for watching anyway. It's been a real privilege and a real pleasure coming on there. That is good. But we'll talk a bit more about it in my video. I've got to get through the transfer news, basically. I've got a lot more I need to talk about. Appreciate you guys watching, though. Thank you so much for being on the stream for nearly 2 hours. Actually, over 2 hours now. Appreciate it. Yes, I'm uploading tonight. I'm uploading literally within an hour from this video. So stay tuned. Stay updated. That's good. I'm happy with that. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go and do the video now. But take care, and we will see you all very soon to get through the fallout from this Champions League draw. Take care.